We're live? Sounds like we're live. Looks like we're live. Cool. This is my first live stream ever, technically. I guess technically the second one because I did one earlier today, testing it out. Yeah. Didn't know that you could like set it up. So as I earlier today, I just hit like go live or start streaming on OBS. I was like, oh, it just started. But now I realize if I set it up beforehand, it's good. Oh no, there's a low bit rate going on. What's the recommended bit rate? Uh-oh. Warning. Same earlier. Is it bad? Is it going to be shitty? It's going to be bad? Oh, now it says it's good. Okay. Uh, that's excellent. Well, it's not like anybody's watching. I honestly, like, I don't expect anybody to actually watch this. This is more just for me, and like maybe I'll be able to use it while making the video. Probably, maybe. Kind of stealing Patrician TV's format here. Adding my own flair to it. Copa. Oh, you can't see my mouse, but Copa right there, down at the bottom, and then this. I love I love streaming. I love it so much. I also love this that I could be also mute myself by a press of a button. I wish StreamYards had that, dude. I mean, it kind of does, but it's like a weird like Alt or Control D, which is like the same thing you do to like mark bookmarks immediately. I'm just gonna ignore the low bitrate. Actually, hold on. Let's see. Oh, I should have done this earlier. I should have tested the video sound earlier. Let's see.
Alright, let's cut the nonsense. You already saw the title.
Maybe a little lower? He sounds a little higher than me, and that makes me feel emasculated. So let's put him like down here. Okay, I gotta do that. Wait, why didn't that work? Hello? Yeah, there we go. You can barely hear him. You're gonna barely be able to hear him. Actually, I should listen back to my own stream to see if it sounds good, because there's nobody here. Yeah, I forgot I'm streaming. I started listening to the stream. I think this will be good, right?
Back through the first generation of Pokemon games for.
It's probably a little low. It's hard to tell because, man, now I know what AC goes through every stream. He has to rely on the chat, and nobody's here except for 2 people apparently. Who's the other person? Is it me? Is it me? No, it's not me. Okay. Hi, whoever's here. But yeah, I know I like got sidetracked. I'm doing this because I'm making a Pokemon video on the other channel, and I want to review other Pokemon videos that already exist to shit on them during my video. Nah, just kidding. But kind of, if they're worth shitting on, right? Which some of them are. What's going on? Oh, I'm pressing the right button. Wait, W's captions? Why is the captions coming up? That's weird. Okay. I got the transition to hello, Ari. I don't recognize you. But what's up? Yeah, I got the transitions set to Q and W. It's probably not the most optimal hotkeys for this, but I'm not using them for anything else right now, so we're doing that. I had set up to 1 and 2 earlier, and then when I was testing stuff, it's like, oh, the video that I'm going to be watching just gets completely messed up if I press 1 and 2. So yeah. Anyways, without a further ado, because we're like 5 minutes into this, I'm going to be reviewing this video because I watched a little bit of it. It's pretty bad. It's not epic. It's pretty bad. But I like jumped to like here the first time I watched it, so we're gonna watch from the beginning. Also, why did I call you Ari? It's air, right? Is that how you spell the word air in English? Man, I hate being Mexican sometimes. Anyways, yeah, it's not Ari. Man, reading is hard. Fuck reading, especially English. All right, so
Alright, let's
that's way too fucking loud.
cut the nonsense. You
No, that's way too low.
already saw the title.
Why? Ugh, dude, I hate audio.
Today is the day.
That's good, right? Just lurking like your videos. Can't wait to see this one. Well, if you're expecting it to be on this channel, it's not going to be. So here, man, where's Nos when I need him to link the new channel? Here, I'll link the new channel for you because I don't make videos on this channel anymore because nobody watched them except for the God of War videos. So there's the new channel. That's where I upload videos now. Don't subscribe. Just like save the link. Audio sounds good to me. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, so let's start this freaking video. I don't know if I'm gonna watch the whole thing. Like I looked at this part. It's like talking about specifically red and blue and yellow. I haven't played yellow in like 10 years, so I don't think I'm gonna have much to say about it. Though I did start playing blue yesterday in prep for the review and stuff. Should have made a bingo card for this. Dude, I honestly, that was on my mind, and I regret not doing that because there's actually you can't see it, but how can I make you see it? No, it's gonna be too hard. I have a whole list, a whole playlist of videos that review Gen 1, and I guarantee you a lot of them are gonna hit like the same things. Gonna hit on the same topic. So anyways, without speaking a whole bunch anymore, why not make the live streams there though? Oh, you might not be hearing me because there's an ad. Why not make the live streams there on the new channel? Because from my understanding, it messes stuff up. Like uploading videos and doing live streams like can mess with it somehow in some vague way. I don't exactly know how, so might as well. I'm trying not to mess up that channel, so I'm asking people to not subscribe unless they're actually gonna watch the videos, and I'm not streaming there. So yeah. Anyways, let's watch this guy's freaking video. Finally, hopefully.
All right, let's cut the nonsense. You already saw the title. Today
We actually didn't. It's an over-analytical analysis of Gen 1 Pokemon games. Wait, why do you word it like that? Of Gen 1 Pokemon games. It should be Pokemon Gen 1. Yeah, okay, that's weird.
is the
I'm also going to be pausing a lot because I hate when people just play the video when they're reacting to it. I actually am reacting to this. I'm not jinxing it. Do you guys remember Jinx? Is Jinx an evergreen joke? Because I don't think it is. I don't think people remember him.
Today we get to dig back through the first generation of Pokemon games
All right, this is what I hate. Okay, hold on. Let's let him speak. Probably assume what he's doing right here.
for a re-review. Yes, not just the originals with red and blue, but also yellow, because when else will I care to include it? Our goal, as always, is to critique the games with accuracy and of course never spread any form of misinformation. Totally. All to
As someone who's watched a little bit of this video yesterday or the day before, he does do that. It's like a really weird way, like a really weird thing that he brings up from what I saw. So that's inaccurate already.
enact vengeance on my previous.
Oh yeah, I should definitely like. I actually was gonna turn my camera on, but I thought, nah, it looks kind of dumb, and I don't want to like steal the spotlight from Copa Ex Machina down here. So, yeah, but that is exactly what I should have done. I should have turned on my camera, got up and left, let this thing play throughout the whole stream, and then got back and said, "Man, that's crazy." That little sounds were of me eating, because you know I'm supposed to eat also continuously while I stream.
Sections of the Gen 1 experience. That frankly,
Wait, what do you say? I forgot what he was saying.
and of course,
By the way, real quick, here's a public service announcement. When you want to back up a video, don't do this. Don't do this. This is terrible. You know what you want to do? You know what you want to do to back up? You press J or the arrow key. But J is the best because it backs up 10 seconds. Okay? No, none of this. Don't do this. This is stupid. Use J and K to pause and play, and L to fast forward a little bit. So there's your public service announcement. Don't you dare eat and make loud sounds. No, I'm not gonna do that. Hey, look, it's Copa. It's Copa and Copa on screen. Oh, Copa, check this out. It gets even better. It gets even better, dude. I love this. I love this so much. Yeah. Apparently, there's a lot of latency on the stream, so you're not gonna hear that for a couple seconds here. Yeah, a lot of people don't know about that, but it's the best way of of maneuvering through videos. I love it. As soon as I found out about it, I literally never do anything else.
Course, never spread any form of misinformation. Totally. All to enact vengeance on my previous dissections of the Gen 1 experience. That frankly I'm not.
What do you guys feel about relitigating different topics? Because I was thinking about couples laughing. I was thinking about well, I mean, I am like technically redoing my Gen 1 videos, but I like the first ones I made was like in 2021, and I didn't have a script. It was literally just me in front of the camera talking. So they're pretty stupid, and they don't even really count as reviews because they really just aren't. They're just like rants. I don't like the Jays. No, we love the Jews here, or at least I do. Yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I'm redoing the Pokemon videos, except like actually making them good because they were bad before. But also earlier today I was thinking, hey, I should redo my Minecraft video, but I literally just made it like a couple months ago, so no, we're not doing that.
Not really remotely proud of at all.
Uh, not. I haven't done that in a while. I haven't watched other people's videos in a while before making my own. But for this one, I wanted to because I wanted mine to stand out, and I already kind of know that other people's videos, not that they're bad, but they just kind of they don't really talk that much about the games in unique ways. Like everybody mentions Pokemania, everybody mentions there's glitches, everybody mentions that psychic types are broken, and that's it. So, rambling. Yeah, this is transformative content, dude. You gotta you gotta ramble a little bit.
So yeah,
Also, my mouse is like breaking, so sometimes I click and it doesn't work and it pisses me off.
red, blue, and yellow, but again, with that modern
Again,
perspective view, because guess what? Did you really expect some kind of
wait, what do you say?
not really remotely proud of at all? So yeah, red, blue, and yellow, but again, with that modern perspective view, because guess what? Did you really expect some kind of witchcraft to turn the clock back? While I wish that were possible for a more authentic
I don't know what he what does he mean by that? Okay. Well, maybe it makes sense as the video goes on.
take on the game, ultimately it doesn't even
Oh yeah, speed being tied to the crit rate, yeah. Or rather, the crit rate being tied to the speed.
matter because the games haven't actually changed since release, just our perspective of them. So today,
Yeah,
we're here to see the good
not much to say on that yet.
goods and the bads of the series as its roots before the series even took off, to see how far the games have come since, while potentially
Okay, let's skip
out
along
of
here.
battle, and as such to progressively reach that end game.
Okay, now see, I made a mistake. I shouldn't have done that. Should have backed it up a little bit first, and now we're back exactly where we started. Oh, it's definitely gonna be. I'm guessing like maybe 3 hours, but who knows? It might end up being a lot shorter. But I'm gonna be going over every single move in the game, and I think I'm gonna try to at least say something about every single Pokemon. Although probably not as much because I haven't used every single one of them in Gen 1. I have used a lot of them. Uh, and I am gonna be doing 3 playthroughs for the video, which it's not gonna be that hard because it's Gen 1 and you can beat Gen 1 pretty quickly at a pretty brisk pace. I like did the calculations to see like how many playthroughs I would need to do to play with every single Pokemon, not counting like evolution variations. You know, like I'm counting like Venusaur, Ivysaur, and Bulbasaur as one, right? I think it was like 26 playthroughs. So I'm just gonna like not have like the first-hand experience with a lot of the a lot of the Pokemon, unfortunately. But that's just how it is because of how many of them there are.
As we're just
I think doing 3 playthroughs is already like more than what most people ever even consider doing for a review.
glad that
Also, since you do you even know about the other channel before I mentioned it to you, person that's lurking? Because if you haven't, then you might not know that I did a second God of War review already. Ooh, allegations on the guy who made the content cop on iDubbbz. I haven't seen that video. I didn't bother watching it because, dude, iDubbbz is it's a sad. It's depressing. But all right, man. Peace out. Thank you for stopping by.
things got better with time, or it's just funny. Also, because the game likes flashing lights, here's a warning for those existing in the video. Sorry, that's just how it is. Anyways, let's start.
Based warning, I guess.
Oh, lucky us. We get to
Wait,
start
what?
with the overworld.
What did it say?
Let's start. Oh,
The fumbles of Kanto. A lot of people don't like Kanto for some reason, like the actual layout. I don't really know why. It's okay.
lucky us. We get to start with the overworld side of gameplay. No way. How exciting. Although restraining us sadly in this analysis, we gotta start from the top. First game of a series business and whatnot. But to wrap it up as fast and concise as possible, you control a trainer on foot or bike and go from place to place.
Okay. Why are you explaining this? You don't need to explain this in a video. You could just say it's an RPG or JRPG, and that's about it. Also, I tested the mic earlier. There's some really loud music playing in the background right now. I'm pretty sure you guys can't hear it, which is pretty based. I'm glad I don't have to worry about that. Also, speaking of the microphone, I don't know why it sounds so shitty in comparison to the actual videos, because I'm using the same one. I'm just recording with OBS or streaming with OBS. My Minecraft video was over there on Frankador's Games, which is the name of the channel. Yeah.
Talking to NPCs, battling them, and eventually boss trainers, exploring more areas of the map.
Yeah, but like I was saying, you don't need to explain this. This doesn't need to be in the video. Like, you walk around and battle people. It's like, okay. I think everybody knows what Gen 1 is already, what Pokemon is already. You don't need to be coy and be like, let's explain that, because it's unnecessary. Just say it's a JRPG and that's it.
Gaining new abilities in and out of battle, and as such to progressively reach that endgame trainer gauntlet and maybe stop an evil team along the way. That's the gameplay at its most dumbed down and the formula that's existed in all the games to follow to some extent. But what happens when we plug it into Red and Blue? Well,
What? What do you mean what happens when we plug it into Red and Blue? That doesn't make any sense. That's where the series started. Wait, did I mishear him?
stop an evil team along the way. That's the gameplay at its most dumbed down and the formula that's existed in all the games to follow to some extent. But what happens when we plug it into Red and Blue? Well,
that literally does. We're not plugging anything into Red and Blue. That's where it started. I like Gen 1 and 2 a lot. Yeah, the inventory system, especially in Gen 1, really bad. Really, really bad. Gen 2 fixes a little bit, though. I don't remember what the limit is in Gen 2, for space-wise. Oh, what's my favorite gen? As of now, Gen 2, but I've only played up to Gen 3, so it's not a fair... it's not really a fair, I don't know, thing to say, I guess. I haven't played Gen 5 yet. I'm guessing that one may be better, because I've heard that from people. Dude, I really don't want to play Gen 4, though. I've heard terrible things about it, and that's the next one I want to play, but I really don't want to play it, so... Yeah. I almost pressed stop streaming. That would have been tragic if I accidentally did that right now.
to start, we gotta look at the Kanto region itself, and here we get a decently designed world. And
yeah, one thing I like about Kanto, it's linear up to here, and then you can either go this way, which is that's always a weird way to go. That's the intended way. I don't know why you would do this, because then you have to. How do you get back up here? I don't even remember. What's there to the side? Nothing, right? It stops there. Wait, you can't. Hold on. This is the bike. No, wait, is the... Man, it's been a while since I played these games. This is the bike lane. No, yeah, this is accessible. This isn't... Yeah, okay. Yeah, going up... I mean, yeah, I guess it's fine. You go up this way, go like that, that's fine. I always, stay in this area, then go here, then go back to Pallet Town, then go here, then go there, and then there. Hey, what's up, J-Mac? Gen 1, let's go? Yeah, Gen 1, let's go. Yeah, Gen 5 and Gen 2. Yeah, those are like, I think that's like the old school people's favorite games for the most part. Yeah, Gen 4 kind of sucks. I've heard what is it? It's Diamond Platinum. Platinum fixes a lot of the issues. Hey, thank you for the memberships. That's epic. It's super. Hey, Crab Feeder got one. That's funny. Oh, and Zero Fucks too. And Vincent, yeah, he'll definitely. Why? Who's that person? This is some katakana in the chat. I've never seen that person ever. Never once. Everybody else that I have, except for the New York guy, I think. Yeah. Vincent. I think Vincent hates me now, but that's okay.
In terms of its layout, and everything else, not so much. We have a map that is
This is very transformative content.
decently open-ended, but only during various parts of the game. 4 real acts of the region's progression exist.
4 acts. It's been a while since I played, so I can't like remember off the top of my head if what he's gonna say here is objectively wrong or it's like makes sense. Here, let me think. This is Misty. And then you go here. Is it here? Yes, it is here because Snorlax is right here. You go here. And then you get cut. Yeah, you get cut from the boat. Then you gotta go back. And then you gotta go this way. And then you're supposed to go this way. No, wait. Are you supposed to go that way? How do you get the flute? Okay, whatever. Let's just keep going.
The super linear section of Pallet Town through Mount Moon, super streamlined and impossible to get lost during. For Act 1, the more
Wait, I didn't hear what he said.
game, 4 real acts of the region's progression exists. The super linear section of Pallet Town through Mount Moon, super
Okay, yeah, that's super linear.
streamlined and impossible to get lost during. For Act 1, the more open section of Act 2,
I mean, you can... I mean, get lost and no, but there is like... Well, not, yeah, there's no point in arguing that. He's right.
granting minor freedom of choice progression and a minor reward for exploring. This is the Cerulean City through the Navender Tower narrative sections.
Nope, okay, yeah. What's up, Zombie Box Reviews? Clues from Mr. Fuji after fishing the... Why did I say fishing? Finishing. Okay. Right. Do you get it that early? Now I want to bring up the map again. Hold on. So yeah, it's here. Yeah, this is Lavender Town. Can you go this way in Lavender Town? Yeah, you can go this way a little bit, and then the guard tells you to piss off, and then you go here, right? To what is it? It's not Cerulean. It's Celadon. Yeah, I think I'm remembering that right. See, this is why I should have done the first playthrough before before reviewing any of the videos. Whatever. Yeah, right. And then from there you can get the water, and then you can go to this place, the yellow place. Its name escapes me. "20 times. Yeah, I think I played it maybe 10 times. Maybe 10 times, something like that. Close to, at least. But you are significantly older than me, so. But actually, I don't know. Maybe not significantly older, but yeah. Yeah, Underground takes you to Celadon. Yeah. Okay, it's coming back to me. Yeah, I usually do. I go here, and then I go to Celadon, and then I beat this. And then I go over here, the poison place, which is not intended in quotes, but yeah. Anyways, let's keep going.
The more open section of Act 2, granting minor freedom of choice progression and a minor reward for exploring. This is the Cerulean City through the Navender Tower narrative sections. Then we reach the third section.
Okay, you're 10 years older than me, so it's not that bad. It's not that much of a stretch.
Where the real freedom of choice nonsense begins.
Also, that's not old at all. Why are you putting like a grandpa emoji next to that?
Granting you an extent.
Let's all make fun of Zombie Box though, because he is ancient. Ancient, bruh. Hey, what's up, person? I don't know how to say your name. English is hard to read.
of variety in terms of
Here, I'll read in Spanish. Dige. That makes no sense in Spanish. Dige.
what to do next, essentially continuing
Okay, I need to pay attention to this video.
tower narrative sections. Then we reach the third section where the real freedom of choice nonsense begins, granting you an extent of variety in terms of what to do next, essentially containing all of Silphco and the Saffron City Gym as a bit of a pair, alongside the Fuchsia City Gym in order to cross the sea to perform at Cinnabar Island.
I mean, I don't really have a problem with how he's grouping it. Maybe he'll get to like a better point after saying all this. I don't know.
Or, you know,
It's fridge. I think I know how to I hope that's what that word says. Man, English is stupid. I hate it sometimes.
you could also go do the things I just said. Again, it's the player choice.
Oh no, it's like fridge, not it is fridge. Man, reading is stupid. Reading is for stupid people. That's why I do it wrong, you know?
Guys, you don't understand.
Wait, was that a Tangela?
The Fuchsia City
that a
Gym
Tangela?
in order to cross the sea to perform at Cinnabar Island.
Also, now there's more people here. Is the video good? Or is it too low? Yeah, English is hard. Yeah, English is very hard.
Or, you know, you could also go do the things I just said. Again, it's the player choice. Guys, you don't
That was Tangela.
understand. You pick what's next! Just like how that bit is overdone in the grand scheme of gaming, the freedom of choice itself is just exhausting, and in this game,
wait, what? Exhausting. That's an interesting take. Okay, I know it's a bit low. All right, let's fix that just a little bit. Thank you, JMac. Where's my mouse? This is okay. I gotta press it to see it on screen. All right, there we go. Tangelo. Yeah, there you go. That's the correct pronunciation. Is this better?
am a bit of a net negative due to the implementation.
Actually, let me
to
just
some
hold on. Man, having two screens is hard. I'm moving the mouse wrong. I'm moving it to the wrong screen that doesn't exist. I messed up again.
extent that we'll see later, bringing in another hyperlinear
I feel like I could probably raise it up a little bit more. You tell me. But anyways, yeah, that's weird. I'm surprised saying it's exhausting because usually people say like that's like a good part of any game. So I'll give him this. He's at least unique in that, but we'll see.
The freedom of choice itself is just exhausting, and in this game, a bit of a net negative due to the implementation to some extent that we'll see later, bringing in another hyperlinear.
Okay, he did say we'll see later, so he is setting it up. Oh, I didn't even mention this. I completely forgot. I just realized I didn't change the random shit I wrote on it earlier. These are my notes. These are my notes. I wrote "what is this shit" on it because it's like a different way of like it looks very different than the Windows 10 or no, sorry, Windows. No, is it Windows 10? What do I have on this computer? Is this Windows 10? Is this Windows 11? I think this is Windows 11. Yeah, it's different from the Windows 10 version, so I was upset. So I'm like, what is this shit? Then I wrote cock because I like to write that a lot, and then I wrote fake Pat TV because this is basically Patrician TV's format for reviewing other videos. So let's get rid of that. I started typing with the wrong keyboard, wrong computer. Got two laptops right next to me, so yeah, oopsie. I knew that was gonna happen. Notes. Also, you're gonna see my terrible note taking. Because I don't write words correctly. I just like write like instead of like answer, I'll write like that. Oh shit. hitting Q or hitting W messes that up. Damn it. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Anyways. Yeah, I love Gen 2 as well. I can't wait to review Gen 1 extensively, so then I can review Gen 2 extensively. I wish I could like skip to it almost, but no. Yeah. I can't honestly like crap on Game Freak because I haven't played any of their games like since Gen 3. Although I did get what's it called? Legends Arceus recently. That was kind of neat. I didn't play much of it. But it was kind of cool, but it isn't it's unfortunately like not what I would want from a Pokemon game, but it's pretty cool. But anyways, he did say, man, we're getting super sidetracked. Super sidetracked here.
section as the fourth bit of the game. That's just
It's 3 a.m. here. Yeah, dude, I wanted to stream way earlier, but like stuff got in the way and I couldn't. I'll on them hard. Yeah, well, you have the rights. If I'm doing it, I'm like being dishonest, honestly.
really the 8th gym through the Pokemon League.
All right, hold on. We gotta listen to what he said.
Guys, you don't
I
understand.
didn't need to go that far.
Due to the implementation to some extent that we'll see later. Bringing in another hyperlinear section as the fourth bit of the game, that's just really the 8th gym through the Pokemon League to end it all. We got roughly two kind of
I backed it up to listen to it and I started reading chat.
we'll see later. Bringing in another hyperlinear section as the fourth bit of the game, that's just really the 8th gym through the Pokemon League to end it all. We got
I don't really see the point of mentioning that it's a hyperlinear section when it's like the end of the game. Hold on, what part did he said?
bit of the game, that's just really the 8th gym through the Pokemon.
Yeah, there's no point in framing that as being a hyperlinear part of the game because you go to the 8th gym, you beat it, and then you go to literally the last place you need to go to the game to beat the game. There's no reason to frame it as hyperlinear. Cause I mean like is this bit hyperlinear? I mean, I guess technically it is because you can only go forward. But like, would you describe like? Is it fair to describe
another hyperlinear section?
Shut up. Is it fair to describe? I backed up too much. This part, like literally, like right here, like this, as hyperlinear. I mean, it technically is because you're literally just going forward. But it would be like weird. Where do you guys live? Where it's 3 a.m. All right, peace out. Oh, oops, I was muted. I know, like, Zombie Box is, like, British or something.
To end it all. We got roughly two kind of three side areas during the main game to explore.
You got the power plant where Articuno is. I guess side areas, that would be it. Yeah, okay, two. That I can think of at least.
Be rewarded handsomely for, you know, exploring. Pack that with a single post-game exclusive area that sits in broad daylight during the main game, and we have a region that's pretty great conceptually. Just the execution is a bit slacking. Why that is
I kind of wish you would explain a bit more. It's 11 for me. Based.
mostly comes down to the general terrain being very repetitive, you know, grassland, grassland, grassland.
See, this is where I wish I knew like more Game Boy games to bring up and be like, it was like almost impossible not to make it that way. I don't know. I don't think this is a problem. I wouldn't even say it's that. Hey, what word did you say? Repetitive?
Mostly comes down to the general terrain
I'm thinking of hyperlinear still.
being very repetitive.
Yeah, repetitive. I think it's different enough. Like I would only bring this up in a video if it like was easy to get like confused where you're at. Like if the area looks like super similar, like not just like they're using the same tile set, but like the layout is almost the same. If they were doing that in the game, then I think it's fair to say like, yeah, this is very repetitive, but there's not like a single area in the game. Like I'm pretty sure I know where this is. I don't remember what it's called, but I'm pretty sure I know where literally this part is, and it's a bit like the one screen, you know. Oh, you're drawing right now? Hell yeah, dude. What are you drawing?
You know, grassland, grassland, grassland.
Like literally every single. Okay, I thought that this was the first one, so maybe I was wrong. But I knew what the past one was. You know, like I could tell exactly where that is.
And cave, water route.
Okay, the cave. Maybe that's a little. That's where you get me a little bit. Whether you have a short attention span or not. I literally feel like it's just something that some people. Wow, I'm not finishing this video. How long have we been streaming? And by we, I mean me. 30 minutes. So what? We're is that 3? Yeah, we're 3 minutes into this shit. Damn, I literally have no notes. Yeah, maybe I think the notes idea is too much like Pat. I should just not do that, but whatever. Here. Hyper linear lol. That's not how you spell linear, whatever. I forgot what I was saying, whatever.
Grass.
Oh yeah. I feel like people saying this like something is repetitive or stuff like that. I feel like most people don't actually feel that in their heart of hearts, but they feel the need to say it because it's one of those things that people say when they're reviewing things, you know? Like it becomes a meme. Like, oh yeah, there's like repetitiveness. That's something that I need to say. Nostalgia. I gotta bring up nostalgia if the game's old. You know, so the story. You gotta bring up the story, even if like the game, you don't need to focus on the story. You know. The Butterfree trainer is there. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't remember that honestly.
And bunch of cities in a way that's more repetitive than most games.
Wait. The city. Okay, I was gonna bring this up earlier. Like this city, like visually, very different than like every other area in the game. You know, it's like pavement. So I don't know. Here, let's see what he
It
said.
mostly comes down to the general terrain being very repetitive.
I might need to like skip to where I was watching earlier, like the other day, because this is going super slow. Because I like talking a lot.
You know, grassland,
Also, did they say what they were drawing? They did not.
grassland, cave, water route, grassland, bunch of cities in a way that's more repetitive than most games.
No. Okay, so let me think. There's Pallet Town. I'm not gonna remember the names, but there's Pallet Town, which is like a very small area. Then you have the next town up, which is a very small area that's like a town-ish area. Then the next place up where Brock is, that like you could say like, oh, it's pretty much like the same in terms of like visuals. So like, okay, you can get that. But what's it called? Celadon? No, not Celadon. Cerulean. That one's a bit different. That one's like more like not in the middle of the wilderness kind of an area. It's not exactly a city, but it is like more modernized. Then from there you got the boat town, or the harbor. I don't remember what it's called, but it's like orange and Pokemon Yellow. That one's like pretty different from the other ones. Like different enough. Oh, my computer's not plugged in. That would have been tragic, bruh. There's my thingy. There it is. Literally right next to it. Awesome. Yeah, the ghost town, that one's super unique. I will say was it Violet Town? I don't know. The one with Sabrina in it. That one's like another big city. Like I'll give you that. But like that and Cerulean, or Celadon rather. Those are like the only two big cities. So, anyways. Hard disagree.
We have the
Here, let's actually use the notes. Hold on, you know what? I should not do the notes because I can barely see the timestamp the way I'm looking at this. So whatever.
actual gameplay offering brought by Red Blue.
Just sketching, nothing. But what is it? You can't just say you're sketching and then not explain it. Yeah, I love the color changes. That's how like I remember what town is which, basically. I honestly don't remember what theme that is off the top of my head. Oh, you mean like the going from the rock tunnel to Lavender Town? Yeah. The ghosty,
Blue and yellow,
super funny ghost, not funny, super spooky ghosty area.
which we'll see in the gameplay section later.
No, what did you say?
Grassland, cave, water route, grassland, bunch of cities in a way that's more repetitive than most games. We have the
Yeah, again, repetitive than most games. Hell nah, bro.
actual gameplay offering brought by Red, Blue, and Yellow, which we'll see in the gameplay section
Hey, what
later.
do you say? What do you say?
In most games, we have the actual gameplay offering brought by Red, Blue, and Yellow.
What words is he saying there? This happens later. He like says something too fast. I don't know what he's actually saying.
In a way it's more repetitive than most games. We have the actual gameplay offering brought by
The actual gameplay offering brought by. Chad, do you know what he's saying? What is it? We have the actual gameplay offering brought by, and then he says the game. We have the actual gameplay offering brought by the game. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Sorry. Yeah.
red, blue, and yellow.
Yeah, I don't know what he's saying. Also, yeah, draw a Pokemon. That'd be cool if you want to.
Which we'll see in the game.
Draw Kadabra and how much cooler he is than Alakazam.
Gameplay section later. And then, of course, the biggest
Okay, I don't.
water route, grass.
I can't keep going back. We're like barely 3 minutes into this thing.
In a way it's more repetitive than most games. We have the actual gameplay offering brought by red, blue, and yellow, which we'll see in the gameplay section later. And then,
I don't know what he's saying there. I don't know what he's trying to say
of
there.
course, the biggest one being some questionable route designs. Although that mainly just
Okay, let's see what examples he brings up, if any.
provides to the bottom right areas of the region. Although the section's not alone as other
Wait, what is? Okay, this is a problem with the video. I feel like he's like jumping way too fast in between his sentences. Like just like he says one thing, then another thing, then another thing, then another thing. Like I don't have time to process it.
mainly just provides to the bottom right. We have the actual gameplay offering brought by red, blue, and yellow, which we'll see in the gameplay section later. And then, of course, the biggest one being some questionable route designs. Although that mainly just provides to the bottom right areas.
That mainly just provides the bottom right? I don't think he's. I'm pretty. Look. I know. Yeah, I forgot you could do this. That freaked me out there for a second. Like I know English is hard, right? Like I wrote linear, hyperlinear in a weird way right there. But that sentence made no sense. You should do a video. Do you make videos, J-Mac? You should. I don't know. Maybe I don't know if you'd be good at it or not, but I like encouraging people, so you should. Okay, well, hold on. We gotta go back because this makes no sense. But I already forgot what he said.
The biggest one being some questionable route designs. Although that mainly just provides to the bottom right areas of the region.
Okay, replace the word provides and put in refers to. Because I don't know why he's saying provides. That makes no sense.
Although this
Wait a second. Oh, you guys can't even see that, but get out of here. There's like the chapters on the side.
section's not alone as other areas like the Cinnabar Mansion, for instance, are just silly because the puzzle requires you to
Why would they be... Okay, I'm really interested to see why they would be silly. I'm gonna have to fast forward. This is going super slow.
areas like the Cinnabar Mansion, for instance, are just silly because the puzzle requires you to just skip the first statue, but take the first jump, skipping the trainer that you would expect to be mandatory.
Why is that silly? Yo, what's up, Carl? Hello. You should do that. Do that, J-Mac. Just do it. Don't even think about it. Dude, I wish... Actually, no. I was gonna say I wish I could get my girlfriend to do stuff with me. Video-wise. Actually, no, I do it. Do wish I could do that. It's a pain. I've like had her in like 2 videos, and it's like pulling teeth to get her to to do stuff video related for YouTube.
All right, well, that'll cover it for the actual land itself.
Yeah, that's why it's a puzzle. Yeah, like man, it's super silly. Like I don't know why you would describe that as silly. You're sad? Oh, you went to watch... Okay, Carl, I'm gonna be real with you. This is the first time I'm streaming, and I'm like barely managing with one person. Also, I don't have Discord on this laptop, so I can't. I literally can't bring you in unless you want to super scuff it, and I'll have you on my second laptop. Just turn up the volume so the mic picks you up, and we'll do it like that. No, but for real, I have a whole playlist here of 11 videos that I want to like go over in streams, maybe possibly. So if you like, I'll maybe one of the shorter ones because this is taking forever. Just me. Oh, maybe here. I'll save the Salt Factory video. Actually, I don't know. Maybe you like Salt Factory. I'll save one of these videos and I'll watch it with you and maybe AC if he wants to join as well. Eventually at one point next time. Yeah, maybe next time. I don't know when I'm gonna stream next because it's like it's not really easy for me to stream. Like I started super late. And I can't do it during like the weekdays. I'm still getting that warning from earlier. Is the bitrate like shit, guys? Does it look like bad? Because it looks fine. No, it looks fine on my end. Or not on my end, but like on the actual stream that I'm watching on the other laptop. So I think that's fine. I think it's just stupid. But yeah, Carl, either next time or sometime, definitely. You know what? I'm gonna say it next time. Unless I don't finish this video. Then I'll finish this video and then I'll have you on.
You would expect to be.
But dude, it's super distracted. Yeah. How old are you? I thought you were like 21. Nah, I didn't think that. Not for 1 second. You sound old as fuck, boy.
Mandatory.
Nah, I'm just kidding.
All right. Well, that'll cover.
Okay, hold on.
Silly because the puzzle requires you to
I'm having too much fun. I need to focus.
just skip the first statue, but take the first jump, skipping the trainer that you would expect to be mandatory. All right. Well.
Okay, first off, why are you skipping trainers at all? Don't do that. And okay, getting a little ahead of myself. Later in the video, this guy's like, man, there's a lot of grinding in this game. And I was thinking about that all day long. Like, why does he think there's... Because there's not a lot of grinding in Gen 1. That's not like a... It's not known for being like a super grindy game. Like, this ain't Dragon Quest 1, you know? Like, you gotta grind maybe at the beginning if you pick Charizard, or if you pick, not Charizard, what's his name? Mini Charizard? Charmander? And then, like, at the end before the Elite Four. But that's about it. You don't need to grind in Gen 1. So, maybe he needs to grind in Gen 1 because he, like, skips all the trainers or something. I don't know. Correct term is Luddite. Fact check, true.
That'll cover it for the actual land itself. What?
Oh, you know what? I was going to share the stream with other people, and I didn't. Let me tell my buddies. They're probably all asleep because they're gay. Yeah. Oh my god. There. Maybe I don't want to send it too late. Me streaming. Yeah, there's a super racist slur in that group chat. Dude, I almost pressed stop streaming again. I gotta not do that.
About actually trying to proceed.
Also, I forgot to do this. I forgot to do that while I got another ad. Although that was like, how long has it been? It's been like almost an hour. That's not that bad. Yeah.
Through it. And that, of course, is another place where it gets a bit messy, because of this grand ambition called game design. As you'd expect in an RPG, talking to NPCs, boss battles, and most importantly collecting key items are all needed to actually progress in the game. The first 2 points are handled well enough.
Again, I feel like he's just saying, the sky is blue, fire is hot, you know?
The key item thing is standing in a bit of a position, as we get a few examples of that just being a bit sloppy in execution. The golden teeth, for instance, being a requirement, or even existing at all, is outlandishly stupid, because it's
okay, I was about to say why, but he's saying because, so we'll give him a chance.
only a few feet away from something else that's of damn near equal value.
Wait, what? That doesn't make no sense. Man, this thing existing is stupid because there's another thing that's also mandatory, and it's real close. Is that your homosexual clone talking? Yeah, he got out of the lab and started making cringe Pokemon videos, so we're trying to reprimand him here.
And also
Also, why is the I don't need this. There we go.
mandatory. And
Oh, yeah. Meme. Listen to what the motherfucker just said.
of that just being a bit sloppy in execution. The golden teeth, for instance, being a requirement, or even existing at all, is outlandishly stupid.
Golden teeth existing is stupid because
It's only a few feet away from something else that's of damn near equal value, and also
there's another thing that's close by that is also mandatory. Yeah, it makes complete sense.
mandatory. And then, of course,
yeah, dude, there's two things that are mandatory. They're close by. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro.
needlessly needing to exchange the teeth out for a progression item. And the requirement
Wait, what do you mean needlessly? What do you mean? That's like, dude, that's like saying, why doesn't the shopkeeper just give me the Pokedex instead of me having to go back to Pallet Town to give Professor Oak the package or whatever, and then I get the Pokedex? It should just be the Pokedex right away. That's not. Why does that matter? Why does it matter that you switch? Why does that matter? It's stupid.
mandatory. And then, of course, needlessly needing to exchange the teeth out for a progression item. And the requirement to enter Saffron City
Yeah, I don't. Why is it needless? It would be needless. Here, I'm trying to think of an example of something that's actually needless in that way. That involves like collecting an item. I don't know. I wouldn't call that needless though.
is just a bit silly in itself because it just requires
Wait, what's a bit silly?
progression item.
There's a lot of things that are silly with this man,
And the
apparently.
requirement to enter Saffron City is just a bit silly
Just a bit goofy, a bit of a gaff, a bit of a sploof and splaff.
in itself because it just requires a regular generic item obtainable on some room that you would never really expect to explore.
Why would you never really be expected to explore it? Wait, see, this is why I need to take freaking notes. Wasn't he saying earlier that you can explore a lot? Man, I probably shouldn't have streamed this. I'm like getting too distracted by shit. I don't remember what happened. Yeah, but why? Why is this an area you wouldn't be expected to explore? A bit silly, Billy, goofy, woofy, little tang. Yeah.
If you were playing the game for the first time.
If you're playing the game for the first time, you would definitely not be expected to explore this. So when I first played Pokemon, I was playing it alongside a Let's Play, and I was playing it on emulation. So I was just speeding through all the text, not actually reading it. This time I'm gonna read like literally everything I can. These aren't even criticisms. Oh, dude, just wait. Just you wait, J-Mac. It gets real goofy. Real goofy real soon. I think it's like around this part. I don't remember. I can't say if the NPCs direct you to this part of the game or not, because I honestly just have like never read what they say. This time though, for the review and for like just knowing what the actual game tells you, I'm reading everything. So maybe it's completely reasonable for somebody to come here because they were told to by an NPC. I don't know.
And don't even get me started on the Sylph Scope. Something
Don't even get me started on the Sylph Scope.
that's intended to be mandatory to pick up is just never mentioned to the player at all, and you just have to stumble across
You see, this is why I need to read all the text for the review. There's no way it's never mentioned, right? No, I'm pretty sure like there. No, it absolutely is mentioned somewhere. Yeah, I'm also not that much of an explorer in games. I kind of like the linear path for the most part. One second, I got to. The story is what makes it for you? That's interesting. Yeah, I feel like I'm trying to think back to when I was a wee little boy and I was playing games and I couldn't even read at the time. You could figure stuff out just by like brute forcing your way there. So yeah, I don't know why the roof is a place that it's like unthinkable to think. Unthinkable to think. It's like unthinkable to suggest that somebody might go there on their first playthrough. Like, why not?
Lost it in the game corner. How fun.
Okay, hold on, I gotta back up because
Don't
I
even
paused
get
too
me
long.
started on the self scope.
I mean, big building equal likely important. I mean, yeah, and also it's like the best store in the game. So like, as soon as you realize that, you're gonna look through everywhere to see if you can get something cool.
Something that's intended to be mandatory to pick up is just never mentioned to the player at all, and you just have to stumble across it in the game corner. How fun. And that's a bit of a problem.
I mean, what is it not? It's not like you have to go all the way back to Pallet Town to get the thing. You know, like if it was that, like okay, I would understand. You have to go all the way back to Pallet Town to pick up a thing that you couldn't pick up from the beginning, but it's not the case at all. Based. You're reading at 3? I was reading at like 17. Skill issue. Yeah.
We're gonna have to see for a running theme.
Yeah, I haven't played modern games really, so I can't really comment on the handholdiness. Yeah.
Across it in the game corner. How fun. And that's a bit of a problem we're gonna have to see for a running theme. First time being a trouble time, which in general leads to one of the more notable issues with Kanto and being an over-reliance on exploring. In particular,
Wait, what? I can't tell if he likes it when it's hyperlinear or not. An over reliance on exploring. No. Well, what? Here, let's finish the sentence at least. Let's let him finish the sentence.
the whole of Acts 1 and 4 don't really matter that much in this regard. Oh, and optional.
I feel like he's using words incorrectly. Don't really matter that much in that regard. No, you should say that what I just said doesn't really apply to this. Not that they don't really matter in that regard. That just doesn't really make that much sense.
Battle.
I know it's a nitpick, but he's wrong.
The whole of Acts 1 and 4 don't really matter that much in this regard. Oh, an optional battle that you can miss, or your confusion to the purpose of this boulder, for instance.
Wait, I feel like we'd like. Hold on, maybe I'm pausing too much, but I feel like he like started to say something, and then he's just not finishing the idea.
A bit of a problem we're gonna have to see for a running theme. First time being a trouble time, which in general leads to one of the more notable issues with Kanto and being an over-reliance on exploring.
Okay, setting up the idea. Now the explanation comes in, right?
Particular, the whole of Acts 1 and 4 don't really matter that much in this regard. Oh, an
Clarification.
optional battle that you can miss, or your confusion to the purpose of this boulder, for instance. But the other sections of the game, fun. Of course, where the line in the sand is.
What's being said here? Wait, hold on. Is it me? Am I It sounded like he was setting something up, and then he just like goes into a completely other direction.
Time, which in general.
Yeah, I don't mind listening to parts of the video over and over again, but I don't want to drive you guys insane.
Exploring. Particular, the whole of Acts 1 and 4 don't really matter that much in this regard. Oh, an optional battle that you can miss, or your confusion to the purpose of this boulder, for instance.
What is he saying? I literally have no idea what he's saying there. And ADHD. Biggest struggle.
But the other sections of the game, fun. Of course, where the line in the sand is really drawn.
I don't. The idea wasn't finished. So I don't know what he's trying to say there.
Is HMs. Why did they think this was okay? These are special abilities.
Okay. HMs, I think the reputation really comes in from Gen 4. HMs in Gen 1 and 2, they're pretty tame. Like, yeah, cut There's 1, 2, maybe 3 places where you need it. I can only think of 2, but like maybe 1, 2, maybe 3 places where you need it. You do need strength for Victory Road. You need surf to get to Blaine, and then also to get like on the way to Victory Road. But like that's it. Like you don't even need flash. You can just follow the contour of the walls, which you can clearly see in Gen 1. You don't need flash at all. I haven't put flash on one of my Pokemon to be able to see in that cave since like 2015. So and also on top of all that, surf, really good move. Strength, really good move. Cut, not so much, but again, you could like put that on a different Pokemon. Like halfway through the game, you don't even need cut anymore. Yeah, I completely agree with you, Mr. Bozo. Why aren't you meme anymore? Why are you Mr. Bozo? I know you've been that for a while, but why? Game where you explore to catch animals requires you to explore. How dare you?
Abilities that 3 of which are mandatory to beat the game. Those being the removal of trees, water travel, and rock pushing.
Wait, I feel like you just said the same thing twice.
Draw card, an optional battle that you can miss, or your confusion to the purpose of this boulder, for instance. But the other sections of the game, fun. Of course, where the line in the sand is really drawn is HMs. Why did they think this was
Very true, J-Mac.
okay? These are special abilities that 3 of which are mandatory to beat the game. Those being the removal of trees, water travel, and rock push.
Okay, no, I just had brainworms there. That was the first time he was saying that.
The abilities to light up a single cave and fast travel do not actually matter at all whatsoever. This feature
What is he saying? Wait, hold on. I gotta go to this Copa right now. I love streaming because this is fun. But what is he saying? HMs are tedious, but the ability to fast travel isn't relevant. What words did he say? Actually, let's go back.
light up a single cave and fast travel do not actually matter at all whatsoever.
I mean, yes, flash doesn't really matter. You don't need it. Like I said before, fly is pretty useful for like, getting around in a quick manner. Yeah, I don't know why that would matter to him. Oh. Will age like Greek yogurt. No, Mean Boy's eternal.
This feature in itself is a neat concept as it allows you to tie in your actual team to the Adult Battle movement, let them influence the world. While the idea is pleasant, the execution
Okay, I wouldn't say the idea is pleasant. The idea is okay.
here is something that I'll have to get back to you on. Spoilers, not very good. However,
He doesn't use flash either.
outside the HMs for cut, the other 4 are hidden and require some sort of just magically knowing where to go find them.
Okay, fly, not mandatory at all. So him playing this clip when he's saying, like, you have to go out of your way to find him. You don't need fly at all. It's good to have. You should have it, but you don't need it.
Type of behavior. Maybe you'll guess that something's on the other end of Route 2 from seeing it in a
Also, I'm trying to think. Okay, strength is in... No, I'm sorry. I think it's either strength or surf. One of them is in the Safari Zone. The other one you get from switching out the teeth. I mean, to be fair to him, yeah, if you don't know about strength beforehand and you get to the boulders, you're like, what am I supposed to do? So that could be kind of annoying.
accessible
But I don't know.
earlier. And fly is just on an optional path along the way, which you might not even be taking, which leads us
Okay, so you don't need it.
the last 2, strength and surf.
If fly was mandatory, I would be like, okay, but
How thrilling, they're back. Are both needing you to
what do you mean they're back? This is the first game. What do you mean they're back?
which leaves us with the last two, Strength and Surf. How thrilling, they're back. Are
I don't. Okay.
both needing you to go through the Safari Zone and explore on the same
How dare you?
path, just to go to a random house with a sign to get the last thing. But
Okay, that one it is like a bit confusing because he like if you talk to him before having the golden teeth, he's like "Rrr, rrr, rrr." So that it's like kind of confusing. Like there's no indication that he like needs teeth. Maybe unless his neighbor says, "Oh wait, is the stream lagging like crazy?" Now I'm looking at it and it's like super bad. Hold on, can you guys even hear what I'm saying correctly, or is it like? Okay, you guys can hear me fine, and I don't really care. That's um, what's it called? Slideshowing.
note, we're ignoring the fact that you could potentially softlock yourself in this hypothetical situation where you have no money, ever.
You're yeah, hypothetical situation where you run out of money in Gen 1. Nah. Unless you're literally buying a bajillion Pokeballs every 2 seconds, you're never gonna run out of money.
With no way to obtain more. But this shows a bit of an issue here to some extent. These mandatory pickups are just being too missable. Listen, it's a little bit tough, but it could be worse, as you could go through the work to fetch the thing, and the game just deciding to lock you out of picking up your prize. Yes, we
Lock you out of making you drop an item. Not exactly the same.
have a very limited inventory system in these games,
Although yeah, the inventory system definitely sucks. Very bad.
as your inventory can only ever carry 20 items across the board on your person at once. Anything from healing items to TMs to Pokeballs.
It's more like tedious and obnoxious when you run out of space. You're never like, damn, I need these 20 items at all times, and if I don't have them, like, then I'm basically dead. No, it's more like, my item bag's full. I got to go back to the PC and dump everything. It's not like detrimental to finishing the game.
Or even more importantly, key items. If your inventory is full, you're just unable to pick up anything at all. Backtracking to the storage to tuck the items away and not have to throw them out for no reason.
Throw them out for no reason. The reason would be because you want more space. I don't know. No, but the mic is dookie like in the good old days. Yeah, I don't know. Dude, it's literally the same mic. I don't know why it sounds like dookie. I don't know why it sounds like dookie when I'm using OBS like this.
Potentially locking yourself out of certain
Like in the good old days.
features to repeat the process.
Wait, what are we locking ourselves out of?
Just unable to pick up anything at all. Backtracking to the storage to tuck the items away and not have to throw them out for no reason. Potentially locking yourself out of certain features.
Certain features being that one route, which you can completely skip. You don't need to go there at all.
To repeat the process of a mediocre inventory system, or, waste your items to free up some slots, or just simply selling
I feel like he's saying the same thing over and over.
the items for money, or just straight up throwing them out. While inventory
Yeah, he already said that.
management is typically a skill, sadly in these games, simply not the case. It is just
I would love to see an example of a game where inventory management is a skill. Because I feel like the only thing that excuse me. I feel like the only thing that he would say is different is that there's like more space in those games. Cuz I'm thinking Morrowind. Morrowind has a beautiful inventory system. But I've how should I say this? Excuse me. It's better because you have more control over it. But I feel like he would just say it's better because there's like more space. Maybe not. Maybe he would say like, no, this is garbage because like no, you know what? He probably would say that Morrowind is garbage. Morrowind's inventory system is garbage because when you're over encumbered in that game, you can't move at all. You got the filler episodes in his sentences. Yeah, yeah, dude. You can't throw important items out anyways. Yeah, yeah, key items are no throwing those away. Man, where's my voice going? It's like disappearing.
Just an unfathomably
By the way, we're not even to the part where I like started watching yesterday. It's like over here.
obnoxious
How long have we been streaming for? It's been over an hour. Transformative content, dude.
restriction. One that's very
Oh, you know what? I should have. Well, Copa saw it. Yeah, whatever. Should have sent this to Don. Is he still in the Discord? Donny boy, are you still in the Discord? Oh, he still is. Yeah, I'm definitely not gonna send it. I'm definitely not sending it to Don because then his little army of Hilters are gonna show up. That'd be pretty stupid. Nah, it wouldn't be stupid, but whatever.
easy to fall victim to. So congrats to us. That's it for the out of battle nonsense. A region that's good in concept, but in execution, not that great. So let's
I don't feel like he explained why it isn't though. Like, is it just me? I feel like he said like some stuff, like I feel like he kind of went like, basically, right?
shuffle away from this out of battle nonsense as we actually get to go to the
Okay, now this is the juicy part that I care about.
gameplay now, and
Should have skipped to this from the beginning. Look at that. That's an epic screenshot right there. Can I zoom in? Yeah, bro, we can zoom in. Hell yeah, look at this. Look at this face. It's almost as beautiful as Copa down there. Not as beautiful though.
I get the displeasure of explaining more basics.
Why is he like upset? Battling, just battling. Ooh, is he gonna say that the battles are too like stupid simple or something?
Yeah, great. We're at the fun part of the video where I have to dig through all the advancements that the new generation brings. And
What? This is the first gen. What do you mean new generation brings? What does he mean?
if you can't
Huh. What does that say? What does this say? Gen 1. Did he play like a Gen 0 mod and thinks it's like legitimate or something? Man. PVZ? I don't know what you mean. Plants vs. Zombies?
see the issue
Oh, Plants vs. Zombies, yeah.
with that, it's again the issue of being
Okay, no. What does he
new
mean, new generation?
generation brings. And if you
Oh, what's up, bro? How's it going?
can't see the issue with that, it's again the
Thanks for the dabs.
issue of being first. The fact that I'm
Okay, this is super confusing. What is he saying? Putting the captions back on.
right, we're at the fun part of the video where I have to dig through all the advancements that the new generation brings.
All the advancements that the new generation. Wait, no, is he talking about? Is he? No, that doesn't make sense because it's a video on Gen 1. Okay. He has to dig through all the new advancements from the new generation.
And if you can't see the issue with that, it's again the issue of being first.
What is he saying? He's making it sound like this is a new thing, but then he's saying, but since it's the first one, that's where there's problem. That makes... Meme, is it just me? Does this make sense?
The fact that I'm legally obligated to explain the systems
Hell yeah, dude. What time is it where you live? Everybody else is like, it's like 3 a.m. for them.
in
It's only 8 for me.
their entirety, even if I
Oh, we gotta go back.
and if you can't see the issue with that, it's again the issue of being first. The fact that I'm legally obligated to explain the systems in their entirety, even if I really don't want to.
No, okay, for people that make or aspiring to make videos, never do that. Never be like, oh, I gotta talk about this thing that I don't want to do. No, nobody. You're doing this on your own volition. Nobody's making you do it. Can it not go lower? I want to be here.
So unlike my original script, my 20 minutes of explaining everything, let's just try to summarize this a bit. Here we get
Okay. It's bruh, we're in the same time zone? I'm pretty sure you've said where you lived before, but I can't remember. It's only 11 for you? Hell yeah. Well, actually, only 11. 11's pretty late. Yeah, dude, that video was awesome. I loved it.
turn-based
I didn't know how different it was from Mario USA. I had no idea you had to play the game with every single character. That was crazy. I'm low-key like this one, Hayden. What do you mean? Like me or like him?
combat, baby, you get up to 6 critters. The foe in question has potential.
Okay. This is
Right.
another, again, we're going back to the type of line delivery here.
20 minutes of explaining everything, let's just try to summarize this a bit. Here we get turn-based combat, baby, you get up to 6 critters. The foe
Don't do that! There's no, like, I know there's no comma here because that's not how YouTube works, but if this was, like, accurate, there still would be no comma here in between baby and you get. Space it out, baby. Time zone's hype. Hell yeah.
in question has potential teams of mons, or it could just be a wild encounter. Battles themselves are won by killing every last one of them, or for wild mons just
Okay, bro, there's literally no reason to say that. That's literally how every single game works, basically. You kill everything. That's not notable. Don't mention that.
catching or
This gun in Call of Duty kills people when it shoots at you.
simply running away from them. Losing, on the other hand, is
Again, don't mention the fact that you can run away. That's not a feature. That's just expected to be there. Unless, like, there's a good reason for it not being there. Bowser's Inside Story.
just a minor setback where you get mugged by the generic bird or the child, you get warped back to an earlier point in the game, and you're on your way. Wild mons essentially exist as potential tools for you to adopt, or as an EXP farm that you're currently 30 minutes in a deep dive of. These
What? I'm not okay. We just gotta keep going. We can't stop and try to figure out what he said there.
encounters at least have
I think we're coming close to where I started watching the other day.
the benefits of being infinitely generating, with a gameplay system intact that allows every mon to technically be unique. So, hey look, infinite content to some extent. But
What? No, what? Whatever.
trainer battles are the, quote,
Wait, I missed that. I think later on we see Jinx, and it is definitely that. Oh, I just saw it on my second monitor.
real content. Potential teams of
Okay,
mons.
hold on.
But trainer battles are
No, hold on.
be unique. So, hey look, infinite content to some extent. But trainer battles are the, quote, real content. Potential
Why is he saying it like that?
teams of mons played with very pitiful AI that goes out of its way to make the game outlandishly easy sometimes. The AI's
Okay, finally, we're finally getting to something substantial. That's the word, substantial.
access to items and switching is beyond questionable as well, since they take place mid-turn instead of at the start of the turn like what the players have. To call this
Yeah, the way the AI uses items and switches is super goofy. Super goofy. But the thing is, you'll like rarely see it because they super rarely do it. And sometimes they'll use an item. Actually, no, that's not even true. They don't use it in between turns. At least not the items. Because I've literally seen, like, the turn starts, enemy player or enemy trainer uses an item, like, uses a full heal on a Pokemon that's already fully healed, and the game's like, nothing happened. And then I attack. So, no? Unless, well, maybe... I'm pretty sure I like one-shot at them when that happens. So maybe, to give this guy some credit, maybe that is the case, and he would like use the item I attack, and if he would survive, he would attack me then the same turn. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure this is wrong.
Inconsistent and definitively bad would be a bit of an understatement to say the least.
Definitively bad.
Inconsistent and definitively bad would be a bit of an understatement to say the least. Stealing Mons is sadly off the table, but leaving
Why is that sadly off the table?
these obstacles unable to pay rent surely does give reason to partake in battles.
Okay, he's calling them. I don't know. Just the way he worded. Just the way he words sentences is like weird.
Well, that wraps up the
Also, I'm. Although this is really fun doing a stream, this is like the least effective way of taking notes because I'm literally not taking notes anymore.
battle types. Battles themselves
Maybe I should like stream again, just like ignore chat, pretend I'm alone,
grant you multiple
which I am.
commands to perform in the game. Attacking because making progress is mandatory. Items
Okay, like that's another thing. Don't say that. There's no point in saying that. Like you got to play the game to play the game. Like, yeah. Don't mention that, please.
to make the battles freer than hitting the subscribe button is.
You get one L press for that.
We were slowing down, I regret to inform you that Pokemon sure are a thing that exists. These assortments of
I feel like I need context for that. We're not going back.
pixels are all special in some form or fashion with their tools of typing, stats, movesets, and level up growth rates. Attacks potentially carrying bonus
Whatever.
effects
I don't get why you have to say that in like a smug tone, like, oh, they're all unique for whatever. I don't know. This is weird.
or lots of
It's like unnecessary. You could do that about other things. Well, like, why do it about, man, there's like different kind of Pokemon.
damage or no damage in up to 3 categories, 2 of which are not built equal at all. Physical attacks can pull off the attack stat to apply pressure on a foe's defense. The special move
Okay, it's like right around this part is when I started watching yesterday.
get used on the special stat to break the foe's special stat itself for some reason. Listen, I get it. You don't see the vision. Mewtwo really needs that fat special stat for offense and defensive purposes. Which, hey look, that's our segue to stats. Here we have 5 stats that are
Here we go. This is the part I watched yesterday.
uniquely spread upon
I don't understand the reference meme, but I appreciate it.
all the critters among the game. HP, attack, defense, special, and speed. So while the special stat is blatantly overpowered here for the reason I just explained, essentially being 2 stats in one, speed here also gets somewhat of a similar edge, as not only does it decide turn order,
I was like planning on doing more, but honestly, I'm if I was doing this off stream, I would actually be taking notes. So I think it is more effective to not stream. But I mean, it is the first time, so who knows?
but it even adds to critical hit rates. So instead of that
Yeah, speed is the higher speed, the higher crit rate, or something like that. I don't think it correlates exactly like that, but it is ostensibly that.
damage doubling chance being rare and hype, it's common and could happen all the time by exploiting it. Cool, time
Yeah, there are some moves that I think it's like I think it's technically possible to not get a crit with them, but you're basically getting a crit with them. I might like for like the future streams that I might or may not do. I think what I'm gonna do, and it, bro. I think what I might do is that, like do like a serious watch of it, take notes, and then on stream just like do this.
for something different. Typings exist in order to give the gameplay a glorified rock, paper, scissors approach, being mostly responsible for Mon's
I feel like the word glorify there is completely unnecessary, but okay.
movesets, but particularly their defensive profiles and threat levels. Sometimes, again, stats do this better than typings do. Offensively, this little acronym here gives boosts
Same type attack bonus.
to Mons using a
Yeah, it's super transformative content right there. Just saying what he's put on screen in a higher pitched voice. Yeah.
attacks of their own typing, allowing for more offense to be had, but through taking advantage of what the mod specializes in.
Am I wrong? I feel like he's saying that's like a negative thing.
Defensively, this little acronym here gives boosts to mons using attacks of their own typing,
Yep.
allowing for more offense to be had, but through taking advantage of what the mod specializes in.
Why is there a but? There's no reason there's a but in that sentence. Like you have access to stronger moves, but you have to use the type of attack that the Pokemon is. Like why is I mean, I guess you could say like nah. I just don't think it's a thing that needs like but in there, you know?
Defensively, so much more value is had though, because attacks have effectiveness that do more or less.
Wait, what do you mean defensively it's more valuable? It's no? OP maybe? What, stab? I don't think it's OP.
Damage to targets, but only if the type resists or is weak to the attacks. This
Wait, what is he saying?
defensively, so much more value is had though, because attacks have effectiveness that do more or less damage to targets, but only if the type resists or is weak to the attacks. This is what we call type matchups, all of which is on this big ol'
But it's not more beneficial defensively because like yeah, you're going to do more damage with the fire attack if you use the fire Pokemon. But it's not like you resist more. I mean, it's like literally impossible to resist an attack more if you're that type. Because you're already that type because you're resisting the attack. It's not more valuable defensively. It's about on par.
legible mess of a chart that is never explained to you in game, but you just have to learn.
I'm pretty sure, I don't remember where it is. I'm pretty sure it literally is explained to you in game. Actually, no, it's no. I'm thinking of status moves or status conditions rather. Again, I haven't played and talked to all the NPCs, so I can't say like no, yeah, it is. I'm pretty sure there's something. There's somewhere it tells you. I mean, you could say that the game literally does tell you when it says this was super effective. But whatever.
Through trial and error. Our first iteration
Okay, he just literally said that.
on the type chart is a bit rough around the edges, having a few interactions that were thankfully improved.
Wait, why are we Gen 2ing it?
The type chart is a bit rough around the edges, having a
Hold on.
you just have to learn through trial and error. Our first iteration on the type chart is a bit rough around the edges, having a few interactions that were thankfully improved once gold and silver were reached. The obvious standouts are the like of fire taking a neutral damage from ice, bug and poison both being effective against one another, and sadly never again. Poison especially needs
Are these the bad things or the good things?
it, alongside the abysmal coding error that is Psychic being immune to Ghost. Not that it actually matters, because nobody's unironically using Lick. Which leads
You can paralyze with Lick. But yeah, you're only gonna use Lick in like you're only gonna use Lick in, is it Prime Cup? No, Prime Cup's the level 100s. I think it's Pika Cup in Pokemon Stadium. Because 20 damage and a chance to paralyze isn't that bad. With like level 15 Pokemon.
the unquestionable dominance
Yeah, we're like almost like 30 more minutes and we're at 2 hours. I don't know what I don't know what I'm gonna do, bruh.
of the normal and psychic types. They both have far too little drawbacks offensively, and defensively,
Yeah, I'm just gonna skip the psychic type part because like we all have heard it.
instance is special. Something like Fire Punch and Flamethrower are on the same side of the spectrum, which of course leads to obvious issues, like Hitmonchan for instance being unable to deal damage with its coverage moves, because of course the mon wasn't made to click special buttons. Another
Yeah, that's fair. But then don't. I don't know.
issue here.
I mean, yeah, I mean, it would be better if Hitmonchan could punch them at this point, but I feel like it's more of a, I don't know. I don't know. I'll concede that point. He's right.
That types just
2 hours roasting one video. Dude, I thought I was gonna get to another video super quickly, but no.
generally
Also, I'm supposed to be taking freaking notes, but it just didn't work out because I don't know.
need less
I got George. I'm sorry to hear that meme.
moves of their variety, because why would they need to add more bug type attacks when they're all physical anyways? Rhetorical
No, wait, what? No, that hold on. Maybe I misheard him. Maybe I'm misunderstanding his point. But no, there definitely should be more bug moves in Gen 1.
special buttons. Another issue here, that types just generally need less moves of their variety, because why would they need to add more bug type
What? What is he saying?
types just generally need less moves of their
Hold on,
variety
no, back up.
buttons. Another issue here, that types just generally need less moves of their variety, because why would they need to add more bug type attacks when they're all physical anyways? Rhetorical question, because we do need more attacks in this game fumble.
Okay, okay. I feel like he didn't set that up right. Hold on. Maybe I'm stupid.
These issues,
Maybe the problem's me.
like Hitmonchan for instance, being unable to deal damage with its coverage moves, because of course the Mon was
Okay, come on.
moves of their variety buttons. Another issue
Hey, another issue is
here, that types just generally need less moves of their variety, because why would they need to add more
I don't feel like that's a good setup for the sarcastic. Who is this guy? Me or this guy? This guy's some other guy, but I'm me. Jason. Sorry,
Bug-
it's pronounced Jason.
type attacks when they're all physical anyways? Rhetorical question,
Yeah, okay. What he's saying about the bug moves there, it doesn't like connect with the sarcastic thing he's saying later because it doesn't matter that they're physical. It matters that there's it just doesn't. It feels clunky. It feels McClunky. You know, you guys know McClunky, the added line to Star Wars. McClunky, pew.
because we do need more attacks, and this game fumbles in that department very heavily. Since we're already here with the attacks, this is
Is he not going to explain it? He's going to leave it there? He's going to leave it hanging? All the guys. Well, I already explained it. I'm me, he's him. And then we got Mr. Bozo, which is meme. Yeah.
where we finally get to loot back to HMs. As mentioned earlier, these are mandatory attacks needed to progress in the game. The issue is the fact that these attacks have to be taught to your mons, meaning you gotta give up whole move slots that are intended to make your mons actually good in order to go places and fast travel, arguably the most important feature in the entire game.
Wait. Hold up. Am I crazy? Did he not say earlier? Did he not? This is why I need to be freaking taking notes. I should probably do it like on the second monitor. Don't forget me. I did forget you. The thing is, I almost called you NPR, and then I felt bad about almost saying that, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna keep playing the video. I almost called you NPR. Yeah. But no, dude, literally, this guy said earlier. I could have sworn he said earlier. Hold on. He said earlier that fast traveling was like useless. Hold on. Let me look up the transcript. It's going to get all goofy if I do it on the main screen. So we got Copa smiling and saying, I love streaming. I love this picture so much. It's so stupid. Useless. Whoa, that's loud. Didn't you say useless? Fast. Fast travel. Single cave. Yeah, it's right here.
single cave and fast travel do not actually matter at all whatsoever. This
Hold on.
are mandatory to beat the game. Those being the removal of trees, water travel, and rock pushing.
Okay, mention the mandatory ones, and then he says,
The abilities to light up a single cave and fast travel do not actually matter at all whatsoever.
okay, I actually do want to take notes on this, because... Oh, my mouse. I'm, like, losing it. Hold on. I should, if I keep doing this, I need to, like, take notes on the second computer. Just not have them on screen, whatever. I don't need to copy Pat that much.
The abilities to light up a
Okay, no. Okay, don't do that. Don't do that either. Do this.
mandatory to beat the game. Those being the removal of trees, water travel, and rock pushing.
Okay, now here, which is 5:45. Fast travel is kind of lame. No, don't do that. What's the word he uses?
The abilities to light up a single cave and fast travel do not actually matter.
Okay. Fast travel does not actually matter. Should have been doing this the whole time. I feel like an epic-based man taking notes. Although I'm not looking at the stream right now. Is JMac back? JMac, you missed it! He said earlier that fast traveling didn't actually matter. And then he said that's super duper important. So we're fact-checking and taking notes.
Whatsoever. This feature in itself is a neat concept as it allows you to tie in your actual
Okay, yeah, he said fast travel. Damn, I should have... Hold on. With the power of looking at my second computer, I can back up the stream, and see exactly where we were before. Because I didn't write it down because I'm stupid. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. Okay, so it was like 13 something. Around here.
rhetorical question because we do need more.
No rhetorical
this
question.
is where we finally get to loot back to HMs. As mentioned earlier, these are mandatory attacks needed to progress in the game. The issue is the fact that these attacks have to be taught to your mons, meaning you gotta give up whole move slots that are intended to make your mons actually good in order to go places in fast travel, arguably the most important feature in the entire game.
What? Bruh. I wasn't crazy. He literally did just super duper mega contradict himself. Right? Chat, I'm gonna need a fact check because I feel like, wow, what do you just looked over at what Meme said and it's no bueno. What are you doing, Meme? So hold on. Fast travel doesn't actually matter. But then at like 13, let's say like 20, he says it does matter.
To your mons, meaning you gotta give up whole move slots that are intended to make your mons actually good in order to go places in fast travel.
Okay, fast travel is
Arguably the most important feature.
Arguably the most important feature in the game. Which it isn't. It's very convenient, but it's not. Alzheimer's is not a joke film. I know it's not, but this is very funny. Oh, damn it. The way my notes are. You guys can't see them. I didn't realize you guys couldn't see it. So hold on. If I do this, will this fix it? I gotta go. Oh, I literally can't. Oh, no, that's not. I literally can't make it any smaller. All right, so we gotta in real time. Wait a second. Why can you see this? This is stupid. Oh, you can see that because I have a Control F open. 1 second. There we go. It's fixed. But now I need to in real time go to here. Go do this. Oh, it's on the wrong layer. Put that up and do that. There we go. Super professional. Your Wolfenstein comment. What Wolfenstein comment? I don't even remember seeing that. What was it? Was it racist? Was it funny at least if it was racist? It better been. HMs in Gen 1 are kind of good. Yeah, I was saying earlier, like Surf, super good move. Strength, pretty good move. I mean, Body Slam is better, but pretty, like, decent move. Fly is, if it wasn't like a two-turn attack, it would be super good. But, like, for, like, just, like, the normal, like, non-competitive game, yeah, it's pretty good. Cut is, like, the only one where it's like, that's pretty bad. Oh, this is going to be, like, out of whack now. It's going to bug me. Whatever. All right, let's keep going. Yeah, this guy super mega contradicted himself. Unless he's like not, unless we're all misunderstanding him. It's about the fascist dogs. I can actually look it up to see if it's in the. I'll do that right now if I ever like got that one. Because sometimes they don't actually delete them. They're just hidden. But you can sometimes see them if you sort by most recent. Oh, I can look up by held. Is there any that's held? No. All right. Sort by published. Actually, no. Sort by newest. Sure. Oh, gotta remove that. I haven't responded to a thing. Meme. I do not see you. No, I don't see you. I guess they did delete it. Top comment. Sometimes switching the how it's sorted like makes some comments appear. So I'm just checking that real quick. Yeah, they deleted it. I don't remember seeing it ever. So, but I could be just misremembering. Yeah, I mean, like it's not the like cut isn't the best move, but it's not. Yeah, it's not. It's honestly not that good of a move. But it's not that bad. And it's like, okay, you have one move that's like pretty bad. You can just put it on a throwaway Pokemon. You don't need to put it on your main team. Anyways, back to the video. This guy contradicted himself. We finally got some notes out of it, though. And I am on the wrong monitor. There we go. No, I'm back on the wrong monitor again. I gotta do this. There we go.
The entire game. It wouldn't be the biggest sin if only 2 of these attacks weren't the only usable ones, leaving 3 as dead weight, arguably.
Wait, what? 2 of these attacks are the only usable ones. Well, no, he's right.
2 of these attacks weren't the only usable ones, leaving 3 as dead weight, arguably 2. But the kicker, however, is
Wait. What attacks does he mean then? Because, okay, the 2 usable ones I would think is Strength and Surf. Wait, what the fuck? Oh, no, this is the notes clipping into it. Never mind. Oh, that looks bad, though. I gotta fix that now. I gotta fix that, because it looks like shit. It looks like shit. Am I allowed to swear? Well, I just did, so it doesn't matter. Ooh, there we go. Now I gotta fix the notes again. That's fine. Yeah, I don't know what moves he's referring to. I'd assume the 2 usable ones is Surf and Strength.
the fact you're not actually able to get rid of these attacks once you're done with them. Regular attacks, of course, can be taught over whenever you get new ones. Learn them.
Yeah, so you can't remove it. You can't remove these attacks so that you can't soft lock yourself. But there really was no reason not to have like a place where you could take them out like you could in Gen 2 onwards.
On. Here, though, we have this intentional design to prevent you from getting soft locked, but in all actuality,
See, he agrees.
it just ends up wasting move slots on the mon you're using.
No, it actually does prevent you from soft locking yourself. Although yes, it also means that you have to put it on a Pokemon slot, not necessarily the ones you're using in your main team, but yeah.
Which leads to the plan of just
I
grabbing
mean, Flash, it's OP. He means Flash, it's OP? Yeah, Flash is OP. But he doesn't use it. He showed earlier that he doesn't use it in the Dark Cave. It's not, I forget what it's called in Gen 1. Damn it, I'm sorry, meme. Were you supposed to be watching that?
unrelated junk mons
I should have streamed a different day.
for the role and benching your precious mons instead? Because why would you want to give up your super valuable move slots on your team members if it's just going to be a permanent problem later? Well, you can carry a ram
Okay, so he acknowledges we live. What's up, AC? He acknowledges that you can do that. That's good. At least he acknowledges it. It is like a little annoying to have to switch them out, but it's not that big of a deal because there's not that many spots where you need to use it. And again, Surf is like one of the best water attacks in the game. I don't understand what you're saying, Jason, but I agree. Who's this Frank guy? My name's Film. Frank is not here. And if he was, he'd be stupid. Who said Crab Rave? Did I miss something? I don't know. I'll put that on the list, Jason. I meant Blopa. Oh yeah, AC, check this out. I love this so much. I love streaming. It's so stupid. I'm gonna check that guy's video out. Let's see. I'm checking it on the second computer though. Actually, no, since I have a Blopa up. Blopa stands for Black Copa, by the way, for those of you who don't know. Oops, that I can't copy something on laptop 1 and then expect it to show up on laptop 2 magically. So let's go to the chat. Oh wait, I gotta mute this tab because otherwise you're gonna hear me self talking. I'm surprised we have 5 viewers. It's pretty crazy. All right. What am I doing? Oh yeah, this guy. He might actually be in the playlist. Is he? No. Is this guy's video good? Jason? Pokemon Gen 1. Oops. Oh, from 9 years ago. No, is it this one? Or is it the red version from 10 years or from 5 years ago? Here, Jason. Ah. Is it this one? Oh, hold on. Is it this one? Give it a second because there's a delay. I don't remember. Share the playlist. Yo, is mine in the playlist? I don't think so. I'll check. I'll check right now. Are you in the playlist? Probably not. No, you're not in the playlist. Is it that? Was it that one? Oh no! Why? Oh no! Are we still live? Okay, wait. I think we're still live. My second laptop just lost connection. So I'm pretty sure we're down. Okay. How can I check? Where's my phone? I don't know why that happened. If we're even still live right now. I think we're coming back. No, I don't want to install new software, phone. Shut up. Are we live? We good? No, that's the test stream. That's not. No, I don't think we're live anymore. Oh, no, yeah, we are. Are we? Hello? Well, it's all black, so I don't think we are. Are we good? Oh, okay, we're still streaming. Just I can't see the chat on the second monitor. Okay, that's got super duper scary. Also, I kind of need the second computer to like manage the stream. That sucks. We live, cuz. Yeah, okay. I mean, I can keep going, but kind of. I guess I could end the stream from OBS, but also I kind of not. It'll come back by itself. This always happens. It's fine. Good thing we're plugged in, right, guys? You never went away. Yeah, I didn't think so. I was just making sure. So, was that video? Is it this one? Jason? Jason? Is it this one that you're referring to? You better remember. You better not say, oh, I don't remember. You stopped the stream and took out my internet in the process. I'm just kidding, bro. I love you. Hop on Fortnite? No, we're not doing that. But yeah, what's up with that? I saw you posting about that. Is there like an AI voice thing now that you can just like make say anything? Except for racist stuff? I don't. Oh, I get it. You unlike the stream? Why would you do that? That's so mean. Super mean. I reported the stream for child abuse. Yeah, that was one thing I was thinking. Okay, did Jason ever answer? I don't remember the Bruh, we went on a side quest for nothing.
Found a temporary problem instead.
Yeah, we're just gonna keep going. I'm just gonna wait until my second computer regains the internet, because the Wi-Fi sometimes goes out for no reason.
Because of this feature, the only way you can even get rid of these attacks
Oh, wait.
in the first place
Is racist stuff not excluded from Darth Vader? Darth? I always say Dark. I feel stupid.
is by quite literally just trashing them on entirely and starting anew, which I don't need to explain why that's an issue.
Okay, this is a big thing that nobody ever thinks about. In Generation 1, not only can you trade Pokemon to Generation 2. Sorry, I fucked up the punchline. In Generation 1, you don't transfer Pokemon up to Generation 2. You trade them with Generation 2. So you're getting something in return once you trade it. So you could trade a Pokemon with an HM because there's no, as far as I'm concerned, there's no limitations on trading a Pokemon that has an HM because there's literally no way of removing it. So if the game's restricted you in that way, you literally would just be stuck with those Pokemon on your game forever. So no, in Generation 1 and 2, you can transfer, or trade rather, Pokemon with HMs on them. So you can trade a Pokemon that has an HM that you don't want to have anymore, and then bring it all the way up to that one town with the move deleter, and then trade it back. So although yes, in pure Generation 1, there's no way of getting rid of those moves ever. It's not like we don't have access to Generation 2 and can trade. So, yeah. So you can remove them.
It's pretty obvious. Also, speaking of attacks, one extra effect that can come out of them is status conditions. These are effects that need to be healed off.
I thought I was close to the part I started watching yesterday, but I'm not. Also, I need to like have my phone out now because I don't want to not look at the chat, because then I feel alone and sad. Okay, phone, can you like work? I don't want to see the video. I want to see the chat. There we go. I'll hold this in my hand while we watch this.
Off the mons, or they'll be
In other words, I'm watching this video one-handed.
handicapped by it. These
Take that as you will.
are non-stackable and add strategy to
Check DMs in a minute. Meme. I can't. I don't have Discord on this laptop that I'm streaming on, so I can't. You know what? I'm just gonna. Yeah, no, nothing bad's gonna happen. I'm just gonna restart this laptop because usually, like, when the Wi-Fi goes out, it like won't come back for a while, but it will. Like my laptop won't like recognize that it's back, but if I restart it, then it will. So I'm just gonna restart the laptop. But we still good here.
the game, mainly in how to.
Also, we're coming up on 2 hours. I think I'm gonna end this like maybe in the next 20 minutes. I don't know. But now there's 8 people
Confusing.
watching instead of like the 4 there was earlier, so I feel compelled to keep going.
Paralysis being an RNG machine disabling critters sometimes while cutting them on speed.
Yeah, so paralysis, 1 in 4 chance of not being able to attack, so you're still more likely than not to attack. But if you combine that with confusion, then it drops a lot, which I did to John in our battle 3 years ago.
With passive
I mean, was it sad to think that my battle with John was 3 years ago? I'm gonna tell my friends. Tell your friends what? That I don't have Discord on the second laptop?
damage cutting the attack stat, Freeze just flat out KOs a Mon because it renders them completely useless until they're KO'd.
Yeah, well, hold on, let's see if he brings it up.
Or the status is forced removed from eating a fire type attack,
Okay, he did bring it up.
which never happens.
Yeah, basically never happens. But also, when are you getting frozen in this game? Like, realistically. Basically never. But it is true. It is true. That is a problem. But it's more of a problem with competitive, which, yeah, we'll get into.
Sleep also
Yeah, I'll just keep doing this meme. I know
Temporarily-
you love it when I do this.
disabling Mons, but the status can go away naturally in battle, although at the cost of your turn so you can go back to bed. And finally, Confusion.
Okay, meme sent me a DM, and I'm gonna read it for the whole chat unless it's racist. Oh, it's a video. Never mind. I'll watch it later.
Another RNG fest, but this one could be stacked
Okay, I feel like competitive has only 3 years ago. I actually think it's like 2, not 3, but it's coming up on 3. I feel like competitive play has like infected the minds of everybody that plays Pokemon, and they forget it's a JRPG. Like, yeah, in a competitive setting, having something be heavily RNG related, not the best. You want to like minimize that so that the competition is more about luck than like just, sorry, no. So the competition is less about luck and more about skill. But in a single player RPG, does it matter that like something is very RNG dependent? Not really. And it can actually like be kind of fun to abuse. Gen 1 competitive is wacko shit. Yeah, I remember like 10 years ago people were saying that it was like a made, not a made, what's it called? A finished game? Like people knew exactly what you're quote unquote supposed to do. Well, what the fuck? Wait. I just looked over at my okay, at my YouTube studio for IJP, and it says like the little summary thing. It says views are up 19,000. What video got what video? Hold on, we gotta go on the side quest here. What the fuck video blew up? How do I view that? I forget. Analytics. Going on a side quest, boys. Bring out Copa. I love streaming. Yeah, what happened? Oh, I think my Morrowind short, but that already had a whole bunch of views. Maybe not. How many did it have? Okay, in April it had. How many does it have now? Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, my Morrowind. Yeah, I did get a few comments on that. Okay, one of my Morrowind short talking about combat. At the beginning of May had 137,000 views, and now it has 145 views. Okay. 45,000 views. Okay, that like scared me. I'm like, what the fuck happened? Anyways. Dude, okay, like, look, you would also be like, what's going on if you look over at your dashboard and it says views up by 19,000, okay? Did the Kratos... No, the Kratos short got cucked because YouTube restricted it, so now it gets, like, nothing. Like, okay, no, I was about to look it up, but no, we're not doing that, because because then I'm gonna get accused of ADHD again. I'm just trying to open up the live thing on the other laptop now, so I can see what's going on. Do I press this? Wait, I don't even know how to get back to that. I never streamed before. Do I do this? No, that's the details. Do I do... No, this will go to the video. Oh, no, I gotta go to... No, I'm already there. How do I go to that screen? I don't know. It's not analytics, obviously, because... No. 22 views? That's crazy. How do I get there? I just want to be there so I can like look at the chat while I'm doing this video. To our stream, and I can't see the rest of that. Like 15 minutes into the video, yeah, dude. Nah, this is epic. Like it's kind of fun, but unfortunately, like the only notes are literally these two. Literally just the two right here, which is not very epic, you know. I'm like trying to. It's not in advanced mode, is it? No, that's something else. I just want to get back to that screen, but I don't know how to do that because I've never streamed before. And if I press this right here, no, that's just the. If I press this, it takes me to the actual stream. Monetizing. I don't know how to get back there. Oh, do I go? If I press go live, okay, it takes me back to this thing. If I go stream, no, it takes me. No. Go here. Go away. Then I press this. There we go. Okay, we're back. And by we're back, I mean I can see the comments without having to have my phone out. Warning, the bitrate's low. Shut up, video. You lied piece of peace. I almost said a bad word, but then I saw Jesus and I thought, no, I shouldn't say that. All right, back to the video. Where's my mouse? There we go.
With the others for max suffering. The difference here is
I don't know when I'm gonna stop the stream, but I was hoping to get to the end of the video, but we're just not. That's just not happening.
if you lose your turn, you're taking damage for it. While they can be annoying, they all add a degree of fun and again, strategy that the experience would be much worse without, even if the execution here is a bit tough. Congrats, we're through attacks, meaning Nito, we get to go full circle back to
What? What did he say?
is a bit tough. Congrats, we're through attacks, meaning Nito.
What is he saying? This is what I heard. Through attacks, meeting Nito. What did he say?
Even if
Hold on. There's a feature that we haven't utilized yet. Oh, my screen's super slow. There it is. There we go. Let's see what he's saying.
the execution here
Yeah, I think I might have started this a little too late. Hold on.
here is
A bit
tough.
Congrats.
We're through attacks.
What is he saying? He's not saying congrats. Because that just literally doesn't make any sense.
Congrats. We're
Worth
through
through
attacks.
attacks.
Meaning Nito.
Congrats. Worth. Oh! Congratulations. Congrats. We are through attacks, as in through the attack portion of the video, meeting Nito. No. Don't. What he's saying is, congratulations, we've made it through the part of the video that's covering attacks, which is good. But he said it since he speaks too fast.
Through attacks, meaning Nito, we get to go full circle.
It just didn't make sense. My internet went out again. Oh no, it's back. Okay. was about to say, I'm not restarting the video again, or restarting the laptop again.
back to stats. As to make each and every mon unique, the
Okay, now, for real, this part right here is when I started watching yesterday. And this is what made me want to do this on stream.
DV system exists,
Okay, so the DV, well, he's going to explain it.
essentially being unalterable stat values that are determined when a mon is encountered, that can improve or hinder a mon's ability. It's a neat
I shouldn't have played it slowly because now his voice sounds weird to me, but is that the normal speed? So it's just messing with me.
idea. The problem is it's luck to get free stats that are always better to have, especially for PvP play. In concept, it's a fun feature, and it
Okay, I lost my mouse there.
can improve
This also makes no sense.
or hinder a mon's ability. It's a neat idea. The problem is it's luck to get free stats that are always better to have.
The problem is, it's luck to get free stats that are always better to have. First off, that sentence, again, the sentence is here. Make little to no sense. That's a nice way to start a sentence meme. Speaking in the same tone, what do you mean? Like throughout the whole presentation? I guess, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what you mean. She'd die of a heart attack if she saw this guy. Yeah, he's definitely getting points deducted for this not putting enough emphasis on like the right words in a sentence, or like on any words in a sentence, and also not using commas IRL, which is crazy. But yeah, this point, okay, I think he does explain it, but I'm just gonna explain it anyways because I'm cooler than him. DVs are attributed to certain stats, and the more DVs you have, the better the stats will be. I think, yeah, they're determinant values. So yeah, you can't increase or decrease them at all. So yeah, they determine how. I think the way they work is if they're higher, you're gonna get more in that stat on level up. I think.
It's a neat idea. The problem is,
and the thing is, you can't see these stats at all. They're meant to be secret. They're meant to make each individual Pokemon feel unique from each other. You're not really supposed to see them. They're really only important if you're doing competitive nowadays. But even if you're like playing against your friends just for fun, it like hardly matters.
it's luck to get free stats that are
I wrote an oral. Yeah.
always better to have, especially for PvP play.
Yeah. Especially for PvP play. Yes, this is true. Again, I just don't like how competitive has creeped its way into normal talk of the game, because I guarantee, well, maybe not, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure this guy like knows, not that he doesn't know anything about competitive, but just not, he doesn't know enough about it to really mention it in this video.
In concept, it's a fun feature. In execution, it's just completely inaccessible. And sometimes
Okay, this is weird. As a feature, it's completely inaccessible. What does that mean? How is the feature that makes Pokemon feel slightly different from one another, even if they're the same species, it's inaccessible? First off, it's like kind of supposed to be inaccessible, which is why you can't see the individual DVs. 1 second. Oops. More than 1 second. I'm sorry. Oh, I didn't unmute before I started talking. Yeah, like it's very. I wouldn't even say it's like an old JRPG thing. Like I'm pretty sure. Like yeah, no, that's like even like a modern JRPG. You just like a normal. Well, no, that's not true. There are some games that you can completely control what stats increase on level up, like in Morrowind. Ooh, I would disagree. I would disagree on the competitive talk belongs in the stadium review. Because even then, like competitive, like PvP, very different than competitive PvE and stadium. But yeah, I am going to be talking about Stadium in the Gen 1 review as well, because I think it's like, I forget her name, I always forget her name, but she made the point like a while back that Stadium is basically post game for Generation 1 and 2, and I completely agree.
Sometimes not very thrilling.
Not that it's like literally post game, but it acts like it. Also, I think pressing W changes the transparency on the on this thing, yeah.
EVs, on the other hand, are a separate system.
Yeah, so him saying hold on, I gotta take notes on this because this is actually something I want to mention.
Especially for PvP play. In concept, it's
Okay, so I gotta squint. Hold on, I can just do this. There we go. There we go. I lost my mouse again. There we go. Keep pressing the wrong monitor. 1541. What does he say? Wow, my ears are ringing now. That sucks. Actually, no. What are we doing? I know we're right. We're good. Right? Oh, streaming is hard. Streaming is hard. Especially when... Ugh, where's my mouse? There we are. I like look over and I can see two of them. Also, I'm not on... Hold on, I'm not on live chat. I was on top chat. I might have missed some of your comments, guys. I didn't. Dude, I don't know if... I think you might be onto something, Meme. I think he literally does do that. Or I wouldn't be surprised if he does do that. All right, so DVs, press S. In concept what? I think he says is a neat idea.
a fun feature.
It's a fun feature. Okay. Yeah, whatever. I'll leave it there. Is a fun feature in... Oh, no, you can still see. In execution. That's not how you spell execution, but whatever. By whatever, I mean... Oh, you... Yeah, whatever. Execution is not... See, this is why I shouldn't stream, because then you guys get to see how I fail typing. Thank you, autocorrect.
In execution, it's just completely inaccessible. And
Is no accessible. Wait a sec. I meant to say not. That's... If you guys ever wonder why my tweets are terrible, that's why.
sometimes not very thrilling. EVs,
And so, wait, that literally makes no sense. And sometimes not very thrilling? They're never very thrilling. It's not something you can engage with. That's like a nonsense words. I press W. So you got Copa. Yeah, like, what do you mean not very thrilling? It obviously isn't very thrilling. It's not. It's literally nothing. Like, it's not something you engage with. It's just something that happens in the background. I already saw this, and I'm still like mad.
on the other hand, are a separate system for stats to make Mon succeed in such a
Yeah, EVs are the same thing, but you can't control them.
harsh environment.
Put in his script. Wait, what? Oh, put his script in execution. I don't even need to do that, Meme. I literally can do this. Hold on. Going back to Copa. Going back to beautiful ass Copa Ex Machina. In execution. Oh, it's only twice. Wait. No, I've heard him say it more, though. He says it once 4 minutes in, and then this time? Yeah. According to the transcript, it's just twice. I could have sworn I heard him say it more, though. Okay, let's remove in and just put execution. Okay, execution is 6 times. Or 7, rather. The execution, considering the execution of the game's horrible XP system alongside of Okay, that doesn't make any sense. Just the execution is a bit lackluster. In execution, the golden teeth, for instance, being a requirement over or even is okay. Mid-sentence. Plus, wasn't the execution here is okay, that's just like the transcript messing up. In concept, but in execution, yeah. Oh, in concept, but and execution. Yeah, so it's a good thing I just look up the word execution. Because it's messing up. It's not his fault. Worse. Even without. Okay, again. Hold on. When is this? This is literally. We just watched this. I wanna. Oh, my mouse. I want to go back to this.
Again, strategy that the experience would be much worse without, even if the execution here is a bit
Okay, I don't know what my problem was. Now it completely makes sense. When I was looking at it 2 seconds ago, it sounded like jibber jabber. Yeah, grammaring properly at it's only 9 for me.
Congrats, we're through attacks, meaning Nito. We get
No, we're back to the we're at the Nito.
go full circle back to stats. As to make each and every mon unique, the DV system is
Alright, we need to
always
watch that
better to
again.
have, especially for PvP play. In concept, it's a fun feature. In execution, it's just completely inaccessible, and sometimes
Yeah, in execution, it's a secret number that you can't see. Because that's what it's supposed to be.
not very thrilling. EVs, on the other hand, are a separate system for stats to make Mon succeed in such a harsh environment. EVs
I don't know why he says that, because Gen 1 is pretty easy. So it just feels like he used like flowery language for his script just because. But like Gen 1, what do you mean harsh environment? It's a pretty easy game, all things considered.
are earned when knocking out.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna stream like another 10 more minutes and then I'm gonna get off because this was fun, but it's also not very like useful for what I wanted to do. So I think streaming with Carl and others, it's not it's like gonna be fun, but I'm gonna have to like take notes separately, which I'm fine with.
Pokemon alongside
Also, Meme, you can totally jump on stream right now, and I'll just read, just read from the Discord,
getting EXP.
which is literally the same as what you're doing now.
But these are invisible numbers added to a critter that eventually goes off
I didn't notice that, but he says they're invisible numbers, but so are DVs. They're literally the same. Are we still in Nito?
getting EXP. But these
I know. Yeah, let's just go all the way back to the beginning. No, hell no. Oh, I can't see the timestamp. 1 second. Okay, now we're good.
meaning Nito, we get to go
No,
full circle
we got back to there. That's funny.
Mon's ability. It's a neat idea. The problem is it's luck to get free stats that are always better to have, especially for P.
Is he saying it's? We're going back, and I need to fast forward. But is he saying it's locked? I don't know. Doesn't make any
Eventually
sense.
goes off to earn them additional stats.
All right, 1
These
second.
are invisible numbers when knocking out Pokemon alongside getting EXP. But these are invisible.
But these are invisible numbers. I guess he is comparing them to the stat numbers, maybe. Because it's. I thought he was. At first, I thought he was saying that the. It sounded like he was contrasting them with DVs, but that doesn't make any sense because they're also invisible numbers.
Numbers added to a crit.
Yeah, you can control the EVs. It's a distinction without a difference. Is it a distinction? I don't know how exactly DVs work. I think they only work on level up, whereas EVs they are retroactive. If you give your Pokemon some vitamins which increases the effort values, like for example of health, you will get more health. It will like eventually add like 1 or 2 depending on how much you do. So I think I haven't looked into this. I'm pretty sure DVs or in like the modern games EVs or IVs rather are only affect the level up and effort values. They're retroactive. So if you have like enough to gain you one more point in a respective stat, it will just apply and it won't wait until you level up. So you could be at level 100 and still be getting the effort values to get like the highest stats possible. I should apply for a position in CinemaSins. Hell nah, bruh. CinemaSins suck. Super irrelevant stuff, dude. They would complain about. They would like pause if this was like a movie. They would pause, zoom. Oh, I'm messing up. They would zoom in on this Porygon and say, "Hey, this Porygon should not be in the shot. They should have reshot the entire movie so that this one mistake over here, that's in this one frame, was not there." Oh, hi, JMac. We're still going. We're still going, JMac. I believe they were. Okay, it's 0 to 31 in the new games, right? Or is that the old games? Because I thought it was because like here in the example, I don't know if this is Gen 1 or later gens, because it says IVs, but they're supposed to be DVs. I know that 1 is, it's either before Gen 3, it's 0 to 15, or after Gen 3, it's 0 to 15. I don't remember. I did competitive Pokemon a few years, new games. Well, unfortunately, there's too much of a delay, so I don't know. Don't know which one you're referring to. The old games were different, so it is 0 to 15 in the old games. Then, yeah, that sounds right. I'm pretty sure it's 1 to 30 or 0 to 31 in the new games. That sounds about right. Revenge of the Peak. What are you talking about, meme? Oh, Star Wars 3. I don't think I ever watched that one. But yeah, that movie is epic. I'm sorry, there's too much of a delay, JMac. I don't know what you're saying yes to because I said like 2 things. So, but no, I think I said that 0 to 15 is old games. Yeah, that tracks.
Critter that eventually goes off to earn them additional stats, eventually adding up to an additional 63 stat points for an individual stat, potentially for all of them.
That's a lot. And in Gen 1, there's no like limit on the effort value, so you can max out every stat. That's a lot of points. I didn't know that.
Meaning, no way, a second reason to grind.
Okay, what's the first reason to grind, buddy? Also, you don't need that unless you're playing competitive. Yeah, thanks, meme, for saying no. Unless you're playing competitive, you don't need to max that stuff out. You do not need to try to get a Pokemon that has good determinant values, and you don't need to grind for effort values at all. There's nothing in the game that requires you to have like a good Pokemon. No. Nah, it's gonna take too long. But I like want to bring up me getting like 4 kills with a Beedrill in Gen 1.
Again, super needed for peak potential critters. Although there's actually an
Super not needed because you're not playing competitive.
upside to the system that the modern systems do not have.
Okay, what did he say there?
Critters. Although there's actually an upside to the system that the modern systems do not have.
Okay, an upside. Let's see what it is. I honestly don't remember this point.
In any game past Ruby and Sapphire, you actually have to go out of your way to specifically pick out what stat values you want by fighting certain things. Here, though, you just fight things and you eventually get all the stats you need. Only being a hassle in the time department, but come on, levels are that already. Which means...
Okay, JMac, you play this game 10 more years than I have. How much grinding do you do in Gen 1? Because I haven't needed to grind in Gen 1 since like the second time I played it. Like you maybe grind at the beginning if you picked the fire starter, and then you definitely grind towards the end to do the Elite Four. But like how much you don't need grinding in the middle. Like there's literally no point in Generation 1 where I go, damn, this gym is too hard. I need to grind. Literally never. But then again, I fight like literally every single trainer I can. So maybe that's where this guy's coming from, where he doesn't do that. And maybe that's like needed. I don't know.
Hey, look.
I'm a bad person to ask. I love grinding. What? That's interesting. Okay. However, you don't need it to. No, you don't need to grind. Yeah, until the Elite Four.
Not
Sorry, this ad distracted me.
leveling, but more battling nonsense. Because as of
Does he hate the battling system or something? What's going on? I think you're right.
levels are that already, which
I should be calling you Mr. Bozo so people know that I'm talking to you. Mr. Bozo? That sounds weird.
means, hey look, not leveling, but more battling nonsense.
I missed what he said again.
Come on, levels are that already. Which means, hey look, not leveling, but more battling nonsense. Because
You have to battle a lot in this game. Okay.
as a reward for game progression through the gym challenge, you get badges to mark your progress, and for some reason, all of which have minor gameplay quirks attached. Half of these will actually end up influencing stats through a badge boost, essentially just being a passive multiplier boosting stats more. Some of them allow HMs to be used
For the longest time, I think a lot of people thought that was like not a thing. But no, when the gym leaders tell you, hey, this will boost your attack, this makes you stronger, it actually does. I think it's like by 1.12% or something like that. And there's actually a glitch attached to it where if you do a move that raises any of your stats or raises a stat, the other ones, if you have all the badges, the other stats that get boosted with the badge get an additional boost from you doing that move. And I was reading up on it yesterday. I think it only goes away if the Pokemon levels up. I think it doesn't go away if you exit the battle. But I'm not sure. It was kind of confusing.
in the overworld as a failsafe against HMs on mons being gotten through trades to delay their use for when it's actually intended in the game.
Oh yeah, this point, like he understands why the game does a thing. He like understands why they wouldn't allow you to do a certain thing, and then he still complains about it, which is weird. Wait, what are you saying to me? Oh, Ted David. Yeah. I think I'm gonna, as soon as I'm like done with this part, I'm gonna stop the stream because we've been going on for a while.
Player boosting stats more. Some of them allow HMs to be used in the overworld as a failsafe against HMs on mons being gotten through trades to delay their use for when it's actually
Okay, I couldn't hear. I literally like, couldn't hear what he was saying.
a failsafe against boosting stats more. Some of them allow HMs to be used in the overworld as a failsafe against HMs on mons being gotten through trades to delay their use.
Yeah, so you need to have certain badges to use certain HMs, so you can't just have Surf literally at the beginning of the game and go to what's his face, to Blaine. He understands why the system exists and why it's like a good thing, and then he says this.
For when it's actually intended in the game. The last thing we need to do is have no gym badges and surfing over to...
Well, he literally says the thing. I did not say that knowing that he said that. I forgot he says that specifically.
Cinnabar Island, and the other quirk actually plays into a terrible feature of obedience. Essentially,
Oh no, okay, I misremembered. He complains about the obedience thing, not the other thing.
putting in an awful RNG based system that can potentially make mons
What's the hate with randomness in games? Also, it's literally there so you don't have like a level 100 Mewtwo at the beginning. So yeah, I guess I like half remembered the argument. He understands why it's there to prevent you from using HMs, but he doesn't understand why it's there to prevent you from having like a level 100 Pokemon off the rip. Weird.
received from trades just not function at all.
Is flag needed or not? I mean, no. You don't need it. It helps. And I don't remember if you need a badge for fly. I don't remember. Probably, but I don't remember.
All or be total liabilities. Here,
1 second.
make mons receive
What do you say?
obedience. Essentially putting in an awful RNG based system that can potentially make mons received from trades just not function at all or be total liabilities. Here, level caps get added to make that stop happening entirely, which
That's a weird way of framing it. Level caps exist so that doesn't happen. No, rather that happens because there are level caps in which, you know, I don't know. That's weird.
While we're here, I
Very,
guess we could leave
very minor complaint, but he's wrong.
the battle scene because
Are we ever gonna get to the to any other video? I don't know.
wow, no way. Trading? Get this.
Why again? Why? Why is I don't know.
I guess we could leave the battle scene because wow, no way. Trading? Get this. It's a feature to encourage communicating with others or select
Yep.
NPCs because people avoid you like the plague. And unlike them, they're here forever. This lets you
I don't know. That's like a whatever joke. What is objective of the stream? Oh, what's the objective? So wow. That was insulting. I know you didn't mean it that way, but it sounded like you're insulting me. Yeah, I'm not fishing for talking points, but I wanted to do. I wanted to cover this video on stream because I was essentially gonna do this on my own anyways, but probably in a more organized way since I wasn't gonna have to like look at chat and stuff. Being a hater is funny. Yeah, basically like taking notes so that I can like potentially, probably won't even actually do it, but potentially reference this video in my video being like people believe X and then show examples of X. Or like with the notes we have now, damn, my mouse is all messed up. With the notes we have now, I could say people like not that I'm going to say this in my review, but I could say people easily contradict themselves in their videos when trying to dunk on Gen 1 unnecessarily, and then I would play the fast travel is not actually important bit, and then follow it up with the part where he says it's absolutely the most important thing ever. You know? Not that I'm going to use this necessarily, because it's like kind of a nothing. But yeah, also, after the stream is done, I'm going to probably have to like go back and take more notes, because at least on this section, because it seemed like way more important. The other stuff was like whatever.
send them on over to someone else or
In reference to my review, at least.
their mon to get stuff that's potentially otherwise unobtainable. Or if you just want the gameplay edge of an extra XP multiplier they receive because grinding bad. Only
Again, you don't need to grind. You never need to grind. The only I don't know. Yeah, whatever. Let's keep going.
downside here
Check the video's comments. There's like barely any comments. This guy's has like 1,000 subs. His video did pretty good. Like it's like okay, it's pretty new. Actually, no, it's from last year. People. Yeah, let's check. I can barely see them though. Oh yeah, I can kind of see them here. Yeah, I agree. I don't know, dude. I don't want to miss gold mine. Yeah, it's only 10. What the fuck is this? This guy looks stupid. Oh wait, you guys can't even see it. There we go. Who the fuck is this? This guy looks stupid. Yeah. I hate when people say review this mod. No, don't review mods. I don't get it. I don't get it. Whatever. This was a terrible idea. They're not funny. Okay, let's keep going until we find one funny comment. Oh, they're all gone. It's over. Back in my day. Okay, this isn't the guy making this argument, but I hate that. Okay, we're not even going to touch the designs argument. People are super delusional. I hate when they say, oh, Pokemon actually was never actually challenging. And then on the other hand, they say, oh, I gotta grind every 2 seconds because the game's so grindy. But again, maybe that guy doesn't believe that the game is grindy.
is if you didn't catch the critter yourself, you won't be able to name it at all. So
Didn't buy comments, yeah.
you're back.
His thumbnails need work. What was the thumbnail of this video, actually? Copa! Oh, don't. Why did that happen? I love the Copa button, dude. Every streamer should have this. His thumbnail, his thumbnail, his thumbnail. Oh, I think. Wait a second. I think I may have. Nah, actually, no. It's a common meme. I think his thumbnails are fine. Like they're not. I don't know. Here, let me. Like they're fine, ish. There's not really much to. I don't know, dude. I hate making Copa. I hate making thumbnails. So not the fun part of making videos. Also, I don't really think I can say that mine are much better. You know. Oh, I can't move more over there. I want to show you guys the Onimusha video, but it's not happening. I can do this. You know. I can't really. Damn, bruh. What's this one? Damn. Oh shit. What happened? Oh, you guys. It's just Copa. I accidentally closed or minimized the other two. It's just Copa. Damn. That was weird. IGP. Oh, it's Nos. Nos, where the fuck have you been, dude? Where the fuck have you been? No. Okay, I'll click this on the second laptop to see what it is. If it's hilarious, no, we're not watching that. I would watch that if it wouldn't. I'm assuming it would get like a strike because of the song. Can I even show that? Hold on, let's Copa. Let's Copa it. By the way, Nos, I have a Copa button. You need to bully AC, not AP, AC into getting a Copa button. Don't play the stream on the stream. I'm just gonna show what it is. I'm not gonna play it, obviously. Oh, thank God it didn't start auto playing. Wait, why is? Okay, no, I misread that. Okay, yeah, I'll just show. I'll just show this. This is what Nas wanted. You said if it's hilarious. It is hilarious. Unfortunately. Hold on, let me bring Copa back. Can I show like a screenshot of this with it being okay? I jumped to a just a random part. Yes, I'm a cook. Okay, I'll show this because it's like it's whatever. It's censored. See, AC would never show this on his stream, which I don't blame him because it's stupid. I didn't even need to go to Copa there. I just wanted to. Let me close the HH song before I accidentally play it. I did bully AC earlier. Stupid. Dude, that game was hard. I don't know. I didn't play it. Based. Nah, not based. Dude, that cousin song. Damn. Like I've heard I don't know if you ever heard of Daniel Johnston. Dude was like a dude in the 80s who had like severe mental problems. Which made his music like very interesting. But like some of the songs are like really disturbing because it was like, oh, this dude needed help and he didn't get it. Basically the same thing happened with good old Ye talking about his cousin and shit. And the weird like soundscape stuff that happened after. Actually, that might have been a different song, I don't know. I mean, what are you talking about? I said damn like 100 years ago. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyways, we're here. I'll go 3 hours just because Nos is here. Otherwise, I would have ended the stream already. So yeah, Nos, we're reviewing this gay guy's Pokemon video, and it's pretty cringe. And I'm really bad at taking notes.
bad, plus plan the stuff out, plus stop using Farfetch'd. Wait a
Okay, I need the context. I don't remember where we were.
Sure. This lets you send a mon over to someone else or their mon to get stuff that's potentially otherwise unobtainable. Or if you just want the gameplay edge of an extra XP multiplier they receive because grinding bad. Only downside
I don't know who that is, Nos, but let's look it up. Actually, no, we gotta focus on this video.
here is if you didn't catch the critter yourself, you won't be able to name it at all. So, you're bad, plus plan the stuff out.
Oh, yeah, I hate... Unfortunately, I'm like young enough to be considered a Zoomer. I remember when I was a kid, I was considered a millennial, but now it seems like it's like 97 onward until like 2003 is Zoomers. So I'm technically a Zoomer, sadly. I fucking hate this talk. Yeah.
You won't be able to name it at all. So, you're bad, plus plan the stuff out, plus stop using Farfetch.
It took me like a while to realize what he was saying here. Like, what do you mean plus? And I was like, oh, plus this, plus that. Yeah, that song was crazy. What do you mean my other voice? Dude, there's no other voice. I literally just read the script. I don't know what you're talking about. I think I used to do like more of a voice when I was reading my scripts. Well, like when I started writing scripts, but now I feel like it's not that different. Especially since I like ad-lib a lot of stuff now. And instead of like actually reading it, like I read it beforehand and then I just say it. Although, here, let's go back to Copa for a second. Although, I was rewatching a video today. Actually, no, it would be... What video would it be? One second. Here, let's watch the God of War video. Let's see if Nos is right. Oh, it's muted.
A sequel for God of War was not always guaranteed to happen. The
This is me talking, dude.
team clearly wanted to make a second game, but in case they never got the chance, they gave the first game a conclusive ending, with enough room for a follow-up to happen.
I don't remember what that is, Nos, but I have seen that before. So I should remember, but I don't.
Wait a second. Using mons? Hey look, a bad transition in the team building in the box system. So as a basic feature,
We gotta keep going. I can't comment on every shitty
you can only
decision
have
he
up to
makes.
6 mons on a team at any given point in time. Okay, that's not too bad. Any more and battles would go on for too long, unless just not as good. But this team limit gives you constraints to build teams in, making for a fun exercise of picking thing, getting them, and using them. We have a few
I don't remember if I watched this part. This sounds new to me.
problems with it though.
Okay. I thought you wrote a word in Spanish there. I was like, what does casenance mean? But no, the cadence is exactly the same. You're just gaslighting me right now. Right, Mr. Bozo? You know. There's like a delay, so I don't know what part you're on, but yeah.
The HMs, as mentioned, already come in and restrict the mons themselves with what they can do. Otherwise, you don't get to explore anything. The second one is the
I gotta ignore Nos because now I'm getting distracted and I don't know what this man's saying anymore.
problems with it though. The HMs, as mentioned, already come in and restrict the mons themselves with what they can do.
Yes, HMs limit you to only 3 additional moves.
Otherwise, you don't get to explore anything.
Wait, how does that connect?
And using them. We have a few problems with it though.
There's problems.
The HMs, as mentioned,
The HMs existing limit you to only 3 additional moves besides the 1 HM.
already come in and restrict the mons themselves with what they can do. Otherwise, you
Otherwise, you can't explore that. Those are two different. Those ideas don't connect. And
explore anything. The second one
that's not even true. There's barely any HM uses in this game. I gay JP. I mean, actually, no, I'm not gonna say that, but yeah.
Is the
I'm surprised more people haven't picked up on that yet. There's only been one person that's realized. Didn't he already bitch about HMs? Yeah, but he's tying it back together. This is the third time he's talking about HMs or like mentioning them. But like it's like in an incoherent way. It's weird.
EXP system.
Okay, EXP
Explore
system.
Any
Okay, I can't make fun of that because I'm pretty sure I've done that as well. Yeah, I do that. Which is my natural way of talking. So don't listen to Nas. Homosexual. Y jotope, eh?
thing. The second one is the EXP system.
Wait, the
You don't
second
mention
what?
a freaking thing, getting them and using them. We have a few problems with it though.
Oh, second problem.
Key system. Yes, beating mons to level them up is an issue.
What? Wait, what? I forgot about this. Hold up. This requires a note to be taken. Hold up. Okay, I gotta zoom in because I'm an old man and oh, that's not how that works. Gotta zoom in like this. There we go. Okay, 1830. Or it's probably gonna be like. Oh no, don't fucking do that. Don't mess with the stream.
Of course.
No, not of course. Shut up.
Otherwise, you don't get to explore anything. The second one is the
Okay. So 18, 20, let's 24. Pokemon should have had Auto instead of EXP system. Yeah, I've said stuff like that too, I'm pretty sure, so I can't make that much fun of him.
EXP system. Yes, beating mons to level them up is an issue.
Beating Mons. First of all, I hate when he says Mons. Just say Pokemon or monsters. Beating Pokemon to level up is a problem. Because, let's see why. Do you guys want to take a guess why beating Pokemon to level up is a problem? Because I literally have no idea where he's going with this, other than it takes too long. So I'll give y'all 20 seconds while you look at Copa. No, so you haven't commented on Copa yet. Comment on Copa. Yo, Crap Feeder, what the fuck's up, dude? The fucking Mons, yes, queen. That's funny. All right, I'm not gonna give you guys any more time to comment. Oh yeah, the like the 20 seconds I was in the Discord. Yeah, that was fun, dude. I also like after saying that the thing that I said to that one guy, I'm like, wait, I'm just assuming he isn't like 17 or some shit. Hopefully he wasn't. That'd be weird. And if he isn't, I've never been in that server in my life, and I don't know what you're talking about. "20 seconds was enough." That's what my wife says, dude. That's funny. Okay, you guys aren't guessing, so I'm just gonna switch out of Copa and let's see what the fucky wucky this man has to say. Where the fuck's my mouse? Oh, it's right there.
Of course, beat thing, get
Okay, wait. Meme said something. Because no Mons mean no, because Mons mean demons. No, they mean monsters. What are you talking about? Pocket demons. Oh, okay, sweet, good. Wait, how do you enforce that though? Well, I guess it doesn't matter as long as you like say like 18 plus. Like everybody's going there assuming. And if you're lying, then that's on you. Okay, cool. That makes sense because you know the Hilters. Wait, you didn't give your comment, Nos? Well, no, you gave your comment on Copa, but not on why leveling up, why having to fight to level up is a problem, according to this guy. I thought Oni was demon? Dude. Pocket Oni? Sounds stupid. I'm glad they didn't name it that. We try our best. Yeah, there's only so much you can do without requiring IDs. Okay, anyways, let's get back to this stupid video.
numbers so it adds up to make
Okay, hold on. We gotta go back and hear the full sentence.
mons to level them up is an issue. Of course, beat thing, get numbers so it adds up to make the critter's level increase. A level up gives more stats and attacks to the fella you're
Okay, so the because is literally just explaining how leveling up works.
over investing in. Cool, that's what it do.
Wait, what? What do you mean over investing?
Level up gives more stats and attacks
Yes, because level. Hold on. I need to listen to this uninterrupted, so I'm gonna press play and then not stop until the idea has concluded. Let's see how long that takes.
system. Yes, beating mons to level them up is an issue. Of course, beat thing, get numbers so it adds up to make the critter's level increase. A level up gives more stats and attacks to the fella you're over investing in. Cool, that's what it do, but why is it an issue? Well, it's the way EXP earned is calculated. So here is essentially the EXP calculation formula that I'm copying and pasting.
Okay, I need to stop because this keeps on going. I gotta go back because yeah.
Critter's level increase.
So you level up and numbers go up. Yeah, everybody understands that concept.
A level up gives more stats and attacks to the fella you're over investing in.
Why is he framing it as over investing though? I don't understand why we're framing this as like leveling a Pokemon up is over investing. I mean, what are you saying? Hold on, what's happening? What are you guys talking about? Okay, yeah, I agree with Nos there. It is a problem when you have 0 testosterone. I didn't read that last part. Eggplant. Yeah, that's I don't. Yes, catchy gay little cheese. Okay.
Cool, that's what it do, but
But yeah, again, I don't understand why leveling up is equals over investing. Like why we're framing it that way.
why is it an issue? Well, it's the way EXP earned is calculated.
Okay, so fighting monsters is a problem because
So here is essentially the EXP calculation formula that I'm copying and pasting because I don't want to type it out again. The sense it makes doesn't really matter. The effect it
okay, I don't know why he brings up the formula and then says it doesn't matter. Just don't bring it up. It's also like this is also useless to see this. It's completely useless and doesn't matter. Also, I don't even think this is right. The value, the level. Oh yeah, I remember this now. So, the base value of XP that Pokemon has times the level that they're at. That number times was your Pokemon traded / gifted, which doesn't make any sense. What do you mean? That's not a value. That's a question. Times yes. Times yes. Okay, this one makes a little more sense because the number would be different if it's a wild encounter or a trainer encounter. But I mean, like these numbers would be like slight multipliers, I guess, or I actually don't know. But yeah, it's just like it's worded weird because like times if the Pokemon was traded or not. That's like if it's not, then it's probably like times 1. If it sounds like time 1.2 or something. I don't know. He's a Glenn for punishment. Who, me? Hell yeah. No. You know, Oak doesn't do that until Gen 3 and the Gen 1 remakes. Which is sad. It's like it's such a big meme, but it only happens literally once. It doesn't happen in the OG games. It doesn't even happen in Gen 2. In Gen 2, in Crystal, you just get a screen that says boy or girl. It's not even Professor Oak asking.
Copying and pasting because I don't want to type it out again. The sense it makes doesn't really matter. The effect it has does. One Mon fighting one Mon, they get all the XP and everything else you have gets nothing. But switching Mons in and out of battle against a singular foe will end up splitting the EXP earned between the Mons that join the fight club. While this is fine in the battle scene for like leveling up teammates and whatnot, the problem is, the fact this is a hypothetical situation because
What? That doesn't make any sense.
this is assuming the foes you'd fight would actually have good EXP yields, which this game's spam of unevolved mons all over the place does a horrible job at having.
How does this man play this game? More Mon. More like moron, am I right, Nas? Oh damn, we're already at the 3-hour mark. Okay, we're gonna wrap this up, this like segment, and then I'm ending this stream.
Splitting the EXP earned between the Mons that join the fight club.
Okay, so this makes me feel like he feels, because this guy sounds kind of young, right? I'm one to talk, but this guy sounds kind of young. He might just be used to like every single Pokemon getting XP, even if they didn't participate in the battle. That might be like his point of reference, and that not happening. I'm sorry, I just looked down at Cope. I forgot he was watching me. That not happening might be like triggering his like, what the fuck, dude? Why isn't every single Pokemon getting XP per battle, even if they don't participate in it? Which leads him to then switch out every single Pokemon. Hypothetically, or at least a few, more than one. It sounded like he was talking about switching out more than one, which you should not do. If you're gonna switch train, you switch train one Pokemon at a time. You don't go, all right, let's switch out to this guy, and then the guy I'm going to use to defeat him. Like, no, you do it one at a time. Tony Soprano? Dude, this motherfucker is definitely Tony Soprano. Absolutely. No doubts about it. Anyways.
While this is fine in the battle scene for like leveling up teammates and whatnot, the problem is, the fact this is a hypothetical situation.
I don't know why switching out. Okay, he should have worded it like, this idea works on paper, but in execution it doesn't because X, Y, and Z. Instead of being like, this is a hypothetical. You okay?
Because this is assuming the foes you'd fight would actually have good EXP yields.
The thing is, like, again, I don't know what he thinks a good XP yield even is, because it's not like you're getting like 10 XP per fight at any point other than like the very early game. IJP is my carnal for real, for real. Hell yeah, dude. We're definitely carnales. What are you talking about? Mexicali, Nas. Yeah, I know. I started super late. I wanted to start way earlier. I wanted to start like an hour or like 2 hours after AC started. This is for Eli Raza, fool. How do you know Raza? How do you know that word? Wait, that's weird. That's not like that's not like a common. Is it? Maybe not. Or maybe it is. I don't think Raza is that well known, so now you're scaring me. Are you watching me, Nas? Are you that weird neighbor I got last week? I don't know what that is, Nas, but I'm not going to react to that because that sounds scary. Who cares about XP yields when it's a baby game for babies? Yeah, well, to be fair, I don't think he's really made that point. That one guy in the comments kind of was suggesting it to be that. But I don't really think he's made that point. Bruh, hold on, lol. You hold on. It's from LA. I'm not gonna speculate where Nos is from because I don't think he would like that, but he may or may not be this man. That's all I'm gonna say about it.
which this game's spam of unevolved mons all over the place does a horrible job at having, just bogging down EXP gained. This sadly ends up
No, okay.
snowballing pretty hard, as using new mons, especially in the early game, just ends up being very painful.
I feel like it's the opposite. I feel like using new Pokemon later on becomes more of a problem. Like the closer you are to the Elite Four, I'm not clicking that link. The closer you are to the Elite Four, the more likely it's going to be that you actually do need to grind a bit because there's just not going to be enough trainers left to level up that way. So you picked up the terms. All right, let's go back to Copa. Let's go back to my stream on this laptop. We got an ad. Cool. Oh no, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. There we go. Almost got some feedback. Excuse me. I should probably turn monetization off. Oh yeah, yeah, I'm totally gonna play that on stream. Actually, I totally could if I do this. Big boss. That's funny. I think you sent this to me before. Okay, I like this. I'm saving this for later, but I can't watch it right now. I like that voice. Here, let me return the favor. Mexican jumping frijoles. What song would you like? No, I don't need to mute that because that's still off. No, not the full album. No, not that one. Wow, this playlist sucks. Oh, because it's auto-generated by YouTube. Never mind. I'm trying to find... Shut up. I'm trying to find a song that Nos would like. I forget what that song is, so let's not do that one. This is super relevant to the stream. I'm probably gonna end it after I find the song, maybe. Is there enough English in this song? Yeah, I'll send this to you. Here you go, Nas. Here's my I forget what the word is, but here I'm returning the favor. There's some Mexican music for you. I think there's some English in there throughout, so you can understand a few words. All right, now let's save this because that was a cool song. Close this and leave the stream open and turn the audio back on. So you won't shock me. Cool. Yeah, that was a good song. I liked it. I don't think I've ever heard of the name before. So I might be the wrong kind of Mexican. We're not all the same, even though we should be. Anyways, let's finish off this argument. I'm still like waiting to like get a proper thing to write down in the notes. Oh no, I guess I could say because takes long. Because too little XP when I switch out every Pokemon per battle, maybe, or something. Not sure because I didn't clarify. That's not how you spell clarify, but I don't give a fuck. Anyways, oh, I'm not. I'm on Copa because of the typing. Yeah, whatever.
Switch training non.
You telling me you fucking... No, I'm not from. I'm not. I'm not. No, no, I'm not. Arriba el norte. I don't know what they say. What's that one group? Oh no, but they're not. They're from. No, no, no. I'm thinking of somebody else. What's that one group's name? Puro pinche. No sé qué, no sé qué, no sé qué. Yeah, I don't remember. I try to make a cool reference, but I can't remember the name. It's not Cuates de Sinaloa. It's somebody else. Torta powder? What? I've never. What's that? So that was loud.
Stop until they can eventually fend for themselves, and then needing to backtrack between the Pokemon Center every 1 or 2 battles is just a self-fulfilling prophecy of suffering. Of course, just being a massive time loss. Oh boy, ladies and gentlemen, grinding is here, and it's sadly essential if you want to make your mons valuable.
Nope. Nope. You like almost got it, Crab Feeder, but you put the little squiggly line on the wrong letter, but you almost got it. I'll give you props for that. I guess we can put because you need to grind to make them good, but you really don't.
Or, you know, just ditch them at the first point possible for something that's a higher level. You know what, dude? Play the game how you will. That's the entire point of it. But sadly, this ends up making the upkeep of mons that you want to use more time consuming. Punishes you for even playing the game the way you wanna, you know.
I didn't mean to do that, but based? I fucked it up. No, you're pretty close. You're like literally just like moving over a few letters. Whatever. I tried to do it, but the other computer fucked up. I'm looking at the jinx. I'm fucking up. Can we? I feel like we need this. You know? Can I do this midstream? I think this is okay. They autosave, so 1 second. Hold on, I gotta move that. Gotta do that. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second, please. Yes, do this. Mute the microphone. Unmute the microphone. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we needed this this member of the cast to be a permanent member. You know, it's really important. Oh, it was. Okay, maybe I've heard it then before. Do not redeem. Yeah, I might have heard it then before. Heard it before then. I don't know why I messed up the order. Mr. Popo. Basically. You can literally just train 1 Pokemon, then catch Zapdos. No need to grind. You don't even need to do that. But I mean, yeah, you could technically. He did say like it makes you play in a way that you don't want to, or doesn't let you play the way you wanna. But I mean, that's more like a you issue. It's kind of like, I mean, it's not exactly like this, but it's kind of like if I play Morrowind right now. I kind of wish I could boot up Morrowind, but I'm not prepared to do that. If I play Morrowind right now, make a Long Blade as a major skill, have Short Blade as a miscellaneous skill, which would give it 5 skill points, and then pick up the dagger and try to use it, and then complain, man, this game doesn't let me play the way I want to, having Long Blade as my major skill, Short Blade as my miscellaneous one, but still use the Short Blade, and then expect it to work immediately. Level 100 starter is the way to go.
I disagree, but that is a way to do it.
Yeah, it's weird. You can act like it's actually pretty easy to like mess up. Well, not mess up, but to just use your starter and like be able to like plow through the game. So I don't know why he's talking about you need to grind. That literally makes no sense. A few years ago, my buddy Blaine was playing Pokemon. I think for like the first time, and his like problem was that like his starter was really high level and everything else was not. And he was playing like a modded version, so it wasn't as easy as actual Gen 1. So, but yeah, he had the same problem where his starter was super high level, everything else was not. But see, that proves the point. You need to grind. No, he just didn't know what he was doing.
Want to use, more time consuming, punishes you for even playing the game the way you wanna. You know, unless the way you wanna is just running a singular mon through the game.
Oh, look, he said the thing, Crab Feeder. He read our minds. That was weird. Also, no. Hold on. This needs a note. I feel like we're like 3 hours in and we're just getting like the rhythm of doing stuff. You gotta go? What's going on? Oh, you do gotta bounce. All right, peace out, Nas. Love you. Thanks for the song. Peace out. I'm gonna finish up in here in a second. Just get good at the game. Yeah, I don't know, but this deserves a note. Clairvoyant? I think clairvoyancy wasn't until Oblivion. Or no, I think it was only... Was it in Oblivion? I know it's in the remaster. I think it was until Skyrim, though, but I could be misremembering. Anyways, this deserves a note.
Higher level. You know what, dude? Play the game how you will. That's the entire point of it. But sadly, this ends up making the upkeep of mons that you want to use more time
Okay, so I gotta have my old man eyes work.
point of it.
So it's like around that time. I should have like background music playing, but whatever.
But sadly, this ends up making the upkeep of mons that you want to use more time consuming, punishes you for
This makes you waste a lot of time, lol culpa, on upkeep of your Pokemon. And what does he say?
even playing the game the way you wanna. You know, unless the way you wanna is just
Oh. And Pokemon, which is keeping you from playing the way you want to, unless the way you stop, Kova. You want to is to play with one single I almost said Pokemon. Which is not true. Oh, pressed that. I clicked on my own stream, and now we're all fucky wucky. That's funny.
running a singular mon through the game. But oh wait, what about the EXP all item? That thing.
Yeah, no, EXPL is literally the worst item ever. It slows things down immensely. Instead of saying like the remaining Pokemon got X amount of XP, it does it like for every single Pokemon. So it'll say the first Pokemon, the Pokemon you're using gets X amount of XP, and then the next one gets Y, and so forth. It goes through the whole team list, and it takes forever.
Thing's crazy broken. Is what you would think if you've never actually used it. It splits.
Yeah, it's not broken. It's not broken. It doesn't really help. But again, you don't need it.
The XP between every mon in the back evenly, so they basically got nothing. And while the mon you're using isn't getting that awful split, it's still getting more than what they're getting, meaning your team is probably going to be solo run material, which
Again, like I don't know how this guy does this guy know you're allowed to switch Pokemon like in the battle? Like he clearly does because he was talking about that earlier. I don't know, dude. This is super weird. What the fuck? Wait, why can't I do this? Why can't I extend it? What the fuck? How does that work? Notes. Oh, okay. I'm literally changing the size of the window. That's why. Interesting. Well, anyways, I'm gonna wrap this up here in a second. I just want to get to the next argument.
Sadly ends up making this item damn near useless, which is something I genuinely don't give Gold and Silver enough credit for fixing. But our third team building issue, because yeah, we were counting these, remember, is the box system itself.
I'm like low energy now, so I don't even want to like reply, but like that the box system doesn't affect the team building system in the slightest. You going to bed? Peace out, bro. Peace out, Crab Feeder. Crab Feeder, you need to leave comments on the videos you watch. Because I never see you in the comment section, but I always see you in the live streams being like, bruh, good job on that last video. I'm like, oh, you watched it. I didn't realize because you didn't leave a comment. But thank you for watching the videos. Also, good night.
Because it's bad. And yes, we can acknowledge that it's a
Okay. I'm like too low energy. I should have started. I should have started here. I shouldn't have watched the whole thing. That was stupid of me. Who's here? Let's do a roll call. Chat, say you're here if you're here. I'm trying to trying to move my mouse to go to the other laptop. It's literally impossible. Sound off in the chat if you're still here right now, or I'm turning the volume up really loudly. I see 5 of you. So if you don't flippin' sound off in the next... Okay, there's Jason. That's 1. I got 4 more of you watching. Actually, I think it's only 3 more because I'm watching as well. Oh, wait. I'm watching on 2 monitors. Okay, so that's 1, 2. I'm 3 and 4. There's still 1 more person. So one more of you guys needs to sound off right now, or I'm blasting everybody. This is eco-terrorism. 1 second. One second. Okay, I think J-Mac just went to bed or something. I don't know. Maybe he left it open. All right, I won't blast you guys because 2 of you responded. And also, actually, the counter might be wrong. Sometimes it's wrong. Yeah, I went down to 4. Okay. Maybe that person dipped because they're like, fuck nah, bro. I ain't getting blasted. Okay, let's like try to respond to this last argument.
hardware issue, but it does not remove the fact it's an issue at all, alright? Essentially, here we have a storage system accessible from any healing location in the game, allowing you to pull mons in and out of your team, even with the option to send them to the Shadow Realm. You get a total
Okay, how does this relate to the team building though?
of 240 slots, which is more
This is more Pokemon management than a team building issue.
than you're probably ever going to need. The issue is the way it's divided up. 20 slots divided by 12 boxes. The way the system works in this game
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna stop here because this does not relate to the motherfucking team building system. This is a monster storing issue, which is a complete separate issue. All right. Well, thank you for coming, guys. This was cool. I don't think this was very effective in what I wanted to do, but it was fun. So I'm probably going to maybe in the future. It's kind of hard for me to stream, so I don't know how frequent these are going to be, but maybe in the future I will do this on my own and then I'll do a stream on it with like the relevant points, and maybe I'll have somebody else on. as well. Maybe we'll do some blind videos here and there, but probably shorter ones. I wanted to get to here. Let's. Oops, that's the Copa button, not the uncopa button. Actually, no. Let's go back to Copa. Close this. Let's go to. Let's just watch just like a little bit. This will be like a little teaser of this video.
Why modern Pokemon games
Oh, that was loud. Let's turn it just a little bit down.
suck. Pokemon is Nintendo's most
Okay, yeah, blah, 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 blah. Get to the good stuff, man.
changed. Take off your nostalgia goggles because we're gonna be.
Oh my god. Nostalgia. Hope to catch you live again. See ya. All right, peace out, bro. All right, we're calling it quits here. All right, thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. See you next time. Maybe. Peace out. I should play some music. No, I shouldn't. All right, peace. Beep. I died.